YouTube, YouTube. What day of the week is it anyway? What day are we on? Monday. Monday. Oh, what's going on up there? I don't speak Tagalog. Oh, the hell's that? Oh, they're pretty cool. It's like Phoenix birds or something. Flying and ducks. I like them. What are they from? I'd like one of them. How do I get one of them? At the moment, no. I don't really know much about the wine situation at the moment, other than I mean, it looks like they're going to be for sale. I've only seen a screenshot. Let me check. They're in the Drunken Goose, right? But they're locked at the moment. So, what's your question? With pixels or coins? I'm not sure. I'm assuming it's going to be with coins still. It'll be yeah. Yeah, so I mean, they're all locked, aren't they? I presume these are going to unlock after the update. It's just an assumption, but it doesn't say how much they are, does it? I presume it's going to be, these are going to be for coins, I would presume, not pixel. I was just looking to see if anything had changed since the last time I looked. Right, I need to find out those avatars. What are they? What NFTs are those birds? Are they still there? Does anyone know what these birds are? Where to get them? I'm going to need to ask someone in my Discord. Question has been asked. Running off is slow at the moment in here. I've got 19 tickets I've got to hand in on this. I wonder when the full game of this. I want that. Is it Karuro Wilds or something it's called? It looks alright. because I've got that, because you have that halo above the beast, it means you every time you level up, you have like a 20% chance of getting a ticket. So we'll see. Here we go. 19. Yeah, still 19. I was going to do a separate little video where like used like 20 tickets, see what we get for like 20 Karuro tickets. So I just need one more and then I can do that video. So it's always just Karuro and this Tap Adventure. That's the only two Telegram games I'm doing at the moment. So just signing into IMX. I always do the daily gems on IMX. So just it's just logging in, claiming the gems. That's it. Done. Gone. Right. So what's the plan for Pixels today? I guess we're not really. We're not going to be getting the update. I guess is it like about 24 hours or something like that. So I feel like this is my last day to get some pretty important things done, which I'm not going to get done. I've left it a bit too late. Trying to get certain things to level 80. Just woodwork really, that's my main focus. Um, oh, the price of a VIP today. Oh, 251. All right. Shut up with all the noise. The fuck? It's my shears. All right, there we go.
Do you believe that doing OnlyFans, does that give you confidence? Does that build your confidence? Do you feel more confident because you do OnlyFans?
I think Actually, yeah.
Because I think it's a false sense of confidence. Because here's the reason why I say this. Because OnlyFans gives you confidence because it's based on looks. It's only based on looks. You're not having Pulitzer Prize conversations with people that are checking out your titties and your vagina. So the second the OnlyFans is done or your looks fade, then what are you left with? What are you left with?
Well, I mean,
do you believe that doing OnlyFans, does that give you confidence?
I like your yard, Mr. Strong. How much would you take?
Don't know if anybody that's interested in Pixel Heroes Adventure, there's like an engage section in the Discord recently. You're getting these points. I don't even know what you get. What do you actually get? Collect your points. So it's just your standard like retweeting and liking posts, and you get points. I don't know what the points eventually give you though, but I'll do it anyway. Here's the next one for today. If you interact with this post 40 minutes ago, you'll receive 1 extra point. I'm way too late. $40 minutes ago. I'll do it anyway. Like, repost, comment, LFG, standard. Bye. Okay, let's points. Oh, I got 5 points though. All right, so okay, so if you did it, you would have got 1 extra point if you did it. Okay, I get it. So total points 12 now. What about my key? So that takes me to. Oh, so still got 32 minutes before I can claim the next thing. Oh. Last update. So this was just updated today. This was just updated like an hour ago. It's weird because one of them, like that one, this one's been up for about, the one that just says mystery key fragment, that's been up here for about a week, and it says this item is locked, not for sale. You own one item. And then the
Welcome to the Whatever Dating Talk podcast. Thank you for tuning in tonight. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. I appreciate that. We're coming to you live from Santa Barbara, California, every Sunday and Tuesday at 5 p.m. Pacific. I am your host, Brian Atlas. I'm joined by my co-host, Kiki. She's a bit shy. A few quick announcements before the show begins. This podcast is viewer-supported, heavy YouTube demonetization, so please consider donating through Streamlabs instead of super chatting, as YouTube takes a brutal 30% cut.
30%.
100. YouTube takes 30. If you donate 100, Streamlabs only takes 3. Streamlabs.com/whatever. Link is in the description. For the sake of a smooth show tonight, we have temporarily boosted some of the donation and super chat triggers, guys. If you want to see all the details, links in the description. We're also live on Twitch right now. Pull up another tab. Go to twitch.tv/whatever. Drop us a follow in the Prime sub if you have one. And yeah, so we had a false start there, so I'm a little befuddled there. Anyways, without further ado, we're going to have the guests introduce themselves one more time. So please tell us your name, age, and occupation. Go ahead.
My name's Azalea. I'm 31, and I'm a flight attendant and content creator.
What kind of content do you?
Twitch streaming, OnlyFans,
Okay.
and yeah.
All right. What about you?
My name is Lexi. I am 22 years old, and I'm a full-time sex worker.
Okay. And when you say sex worker, what do you mean?
I do content creating like on OnlyFans, as well as stripping at strip clubs, and I work as a legal courtesan in Nevada.
A courtesan.
Meaning a legal prostitute.
Okay. So, have you ever been to a court?
No.
Like, not like for criminal reasons, but like have you ever
You
been
know what I
in
meant.
No, but like courtesan, you know. I mean, there's still kings out there that have a court. So you could, like the Philippines, do they have a king? Do you know?
I don't think no. Of all
There's
the
some
countries you
kings out
coulda
there.
chose.
There's the king of Sweden, king of
Thailand.
Like an
Thailand
actual,
did have
you
a
know,
king, didn't it? When I was in Thailand, there was a king
Courtesan.
5-6 years ago.
Okay, all right. She's a courtesan, folks. Okay. What about
A
you?
legal prostitute. That's the term for it.
Okay.
Hi, my name is Pixie. I'm 24 years old, and I stream politics on Twitch.
All right. Welcome back.
I'm Essie. I'm 24. I have 2 jobs. My passion is social media management, and then I do OnlyFans as well.
Hey there, I'm Olivia Bentley, and I am an intimacy coach. I am a legal sex worker, and I am an OnlyFans
Oh,
content
this isn't
creator.
very farmer friendly. These chicks are just talking about sex. It's that I like that Candice Owens. I like when she pure like has conversations with feminists and stuff. Man, it's usually pretty good. Where's my thing? I'll watch that later when I'll watch and listen to that podcast later when every second word isn't sex, 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 and OnlyFans. Oh, somebody's there. Who is it? Oh, he's away. Was it? I wasn't paying attention. I don't know if you're there, Mello. I wasn't paying attention. I got confused because it looked like Nanoru's skin at first. I thought it was Nanoru. Right, bloody hell.
It is me, Noelle, back again for another installment of... Well, it's not that bad. You just gotta be smart about it when you are fresh out of the boat. Now, each Kuroro is born with a single element. As they grow and evolve, they gain mastery over a second. My caffeine-powered assistant will now display his well-researched list of all elements.
Water, forest, spirit, wind, corrosion, metal, electric, earth, light, fire, combat, and dark.
Do try to keep up, darlings. Here is the kicker. The elements have both strengths and weaknesses in relation to each other. Let's consider our dashing Mandor here, taking center stage. They are a fire type and are evenly matched against a combat type. This is indicated by the reaction next to their adorable little mug. Toru, on the other hand, being a wind type, have a clear advantage over a combat type. My assistant insists you simply must have this dreadful chart for your reference. Do
Kidoki?
try to feign interest for his sake. The poor man's been through enough. But I assure you, in the heat of battle, darling, a glance at those reactions is all you need. Master the elemental system, and you'll be dishing out the pain while dodging the worst of it. Speaking of pain, our research team is desperately, and I do mean desperately, seeking a few brave adventurers. Do keep an eye on our social media, won't you? We might just have a spare suit of armor with your name on it. Wouldn't that be nice? Until then, darlings.
It's one of those games where it's hard to tell by looking. Like it could have like it could be like quite addictive when you're actually playing it. It's quite hard to tell. It's one of those games where I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to. I can't tell if I'm likely to like it or not. What else we got? Oh, so I've got to watch with the music that I don't get copyright stricken. What's this? Base skeleton, stage 2 beast. Adjusts its attacks based on how far you are. I wonder, I think it's going to be either, I can't tell, it's going to be like Pixel Heroes Adventure or that Kururo Wilds or whatever. I think one of them's probably going to be, I don't know what one of them's likely to be more popular. It just says I've watched that, I don't remember.
What's up, ranchers? Just a quick reminder that the raffles are still going strong. The Kuroro Beast team is working hard to bring the Kuroro Wilds Alpha as soon as possible, but in the meantime, we're refreshing the prizes at Kuroro Ranch every month, and there are tons of them! You can win Kuro, the token for the Kuroro ecosystem, plus those valuable silver tickets, which are currently selling for $500.
Oh, I'll have one of them.
Up after we announced our migration to Ronin. You can trade them for the now even more valuable NFTs from our collection, the Origin Beasts. So remember to take good care of your ranch and buy your daily tickets in the booster tab. That way, you can join the raffle for free. And if you want more chances, you can buy tickets with stars in the same tab. Don't miss out on the chance to grab these awesome prizes. This is Clarissa.
Today, we'll be diving into yet another mystery of the Kuroro Wilds Islands. We'll be talking about the different classes each Kuroro belongs to. Despite having a woefully underfunded research team, we've managed to cobble together a guide for future explorers. You're welcome.
Ah, reinforcements. We really need those. Preferably ones that can tell their left foot from their right.
A delightful thought, Glavin. Moving on. After painstakingly analyzing the attack patterns of each Kuroro, we've classified them into roles. Ryshock, for example, is big, slow, and hits like he's auditioning for a demolition crew.
A hammer on legs. Clearly the tank. I adore him.
Tank.
Adore is a strong word. Sultan follows a similar pattern. Lots of muscle, not much elegance. Perfect for you, Glavin.
Quite. And tusking. He's a heavy hitter too, but with attacks that feel like methodical, calculated strikes.
All of this sounds like a terrible way to get killed. I prefer Toru, long-range attacks, because if I can't sip my tea while they fight, what's even the point? In our classification, Toru, Mandor, and Mantara fall into the mages category. Why? Because they're clever and stay out of harm's way, obviously.
And Revolt. Too fast to catch, too deadly to ignore. A classic rogue. I am simply enamored.
Yes, well, try not to faint, Glavin. Zephyrus and Doxus follow the same path.
Hold up, I'm here now. Finally! Listen, we all know the best class is the warrior. Strong, noble, none of this hiding behind spells nonsense.
Oh, lovely. The expert has arrived. And how, dear sister, do you know this?
Well, I've been watching the footage you send back. You know, research. Like Entic, Inferis, and Spectar. They've got that area of effect, a bruiser kind of vibe.
Footage, right. I thought I was sending you a cry for help. But yes, enjoy the spectacle.
Oh, come on. Megalodon is a perfect example. Tough on the outside, soft on the inside, just like me.
And humble too, I see.
Naturally.
Right. Well, I don't remember inviting so many people to my talk, but here we are. I hope you all learned something.
In Web3 gaming, but people often confuse them. Let's clear things up. You know free-to-play games, right? Play-to-earn takes it further. Instead of just grinding for in-game rewards, play-to-earn games let you earn real value, like cryptocurrency or NFTs that can be traded or sold outside the game. Good play-to-earn games do not just rely on new players to keep the economy going. They have in-game systems like crafting, trading, and owning virtual land. These help create a sustainable economy where your time is rewarded both in and out of the game. Some games use play to earn as a way to attract early players, but that is not sustainable long term. Now airdrops. They have been around in crypto for a while. Airdrops spread tokens to many users, helping with decentralization. This ties into proof of stake, where people stake tokens to validate transactions. Airdrops make it harder for one person to control the majority of tokens, keeping the network secure. Plus, they are a great way to create buzz. Many games use airdrop campaigns to launch with hype. It might seem odd for games to pay players, but instead of spending on ads, they use their own cryptocurrency to build excitement. The main difference, airdrops are for marketing and awareness, while play to earn is built into the game's economy, rewarding loyal players. But not all Web3 games are legit, so always do your research. Good play-to-earn games make money from selling cosmetics, transaction fees, or subscriptions. They keep players engaged while balancing the in-game economy. Pyramid schemes rely only on new players paying older ones. So there it is. Play-to-earn shares a game's success with players, while airdrops create hype and community. Speaking of airdrops, Kuroro Beast has a cool one right now. Check our socials to grab some tokens.
That's quite a cool little video. I like that video. I like that video, just sort of explaining the airdrops and economy thing. It's good for new players and that. It's yes, very good. What's mood? Last one, probably. Let me just see this.
In the heart of this untamed wilderness, we encounter the elusive Kuroro. The Kuroro remains seemingly unfazed by our presence.
Ah, Noeli, help me!
Glavin, if you are dead, I am keeping your portable chargers.
For those venturing into Kuroro territory, it's essential to understand their behavior before making any moves. Press Tab to exit combat mode, then direct your cursor over the Kuroro to analyze its traits. This guy's not here to make friends. The moment he spots you, it's fight time. So either get ready to run, you fools, or make the first move.
Note to self, Lady Noeli will like this one. It has a death glare just like her. So cute.
Then there's the neutral. This one's chill. As long as you leave it alone, you're good. No drama here, just keep walking. Now, the defensive. It seems neutral at first, but don't push your luck. Annoy it, and you'll see a whole different side. One with claws. Next, we have the evasive. This sneaky little critter will bolt the second you get close. Want to catch it? Better try from a distance. The timid? Oh, it's gone. Yep, already running. If it's a rare Kuroro, you'll need a whole plan just to get close.
Note to self, pitch Lady Noeli a Kuroro Racing League. Kuroro carts, perhaps.
But wait, what's is it? The Kuroro seems to be signaling something. It's dancing. Yes, it appears to be challenging us to a dance-off.
Such a bummer they took breakdancing out of the Olympics.
Dream of bonding with these fantastic creatures. Become a Kuroro sitter with our elite team. We have openings on our expedition. Check out our socials. And what's this? A like button. Hit it quick before it vanishes into the wild.
Looks alright.
Dad,
For what
can
is?
we go to the metaverse, please?
No, son. We have the metaverse at home.
Worst NFT game ever.
Hello, and welcome back to the series where I do a deep dive into some of the hottest crypto and NFT games and review them from the perspective of a gamer. Today, the subject of our research is the crypto NFT, blockchain, metaverse, create anything you want game with land ownership and play-to-earn features, the Sandbox. The Sandbox is one of the most popular additions to the ever-growing collection of metaverses, and it's easy to see why. Boasting partners such as Adidas, the show Hell's Kitchen, Care Bears, and most importantly, the South China Morning Post, The sandbox brings an opportunity for people with money to share their most uninspired and sickeningly boring creations with the rest of the world. With big names like these backing it, what can go wrong with the sandbox? It can't be much worse than Decentraland after all. With the bar for crypto gaming set so low it's under the floor, it's time for us to jump right into the next game. The Sandbox is a virtual world where players can build, own, and monetize their gaming experiences on the Ethereum blockchain. The Sandbox was created with one simple goal in mind: to topple the industry titans of Roblox and Minecraft.
I nearly got into this.
The only game where they can truly own.
I'm only watching this because there was a time between like when I got sucked into playing like Axie Infinity, and then that all went to shit, collapsed, crashed. And then I was looking for like more crypto games, like what can I do now in the crypto Web3 blockchain world? What can I do to scratch that itch? And I remember very nearly getting in. Was it the Sandbox? I think it was Sandbox. Yeah, I'm sure this is what I nearly got into.
That's right.
Thank God I didn't.
One scale recreation of the White House you made in Minecraft, or your Among Us Find the Imposter obby in Roblox. You don't own those. What happens when the games get shut down? Don't you wish that there was some sort of linked list database that contained all of the games and who created it? Oh wait, they're already on a database? Well, this one's decentralized, stupid, so it's better. Man, you're just like the people who thought that the telephone or that the internet would never catch on. Have fun staying poor to do so. I find a place where I can create a character. Gross. What in the world is this? This has to be one of the ugliest art styles.
There we go, HT. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, let me see this. So this is when you're creating a cat in the Sandbox. I remember this now. People were saying that the reason that the avatars look so gross is because they've actually tried to use too many pixels. If you look at how many pixels actually make, like actually Minecraft characters look better. You'll see.
Find a place where I can create a character. Gross.
Look. So if you look at like his beard, each little square that makes up his body, there's just too many. It should be more like Minecraft than like this, if you know what I mean. Because they look disgusting.
What in the world is this? This has to be one of the ugliest art styles I've ever seen. The Sandbox has decided to use a voxel art style, which is rather
that's the word
common
that was
and quite popular nowadays. However, they've used
they've used that's what he's going to say. They've used way too many blocks. Yeah, like that's cool. What is that? I mean, this looks smart. This looks just like, is this that's no Minecraft, is it? The blocks look like Minecraft, but are these little animals Minecraft as well? I don't play it, but yeah, this looks fine. That looks all right.
Popular nowadays. However, they've used way too many cubes, and it makes all of the characters look horrendous.
What the heck? That's disgusting.
And it makes all of the characters look horrendous.
That's just a mess, yeah.
Looking at Minecraft and Roblox as a comparison, both of these have 6.
Yeah, my little girl, she's only 3 years old, bless her. She plays Minecraft and Roblox from time to time.
The Sandbox, because more cubes equals more better. Of course, for peasants like us who don't have an NFT, we can't create our own avatar in this metaverse. Because
so when you buy an NFT, this of course is what they look like. Ugh.
Have no proof of ownership. Instead, we'll have to borrow some avatars from the Sandbox. Let's take a look at some of those premium avatars, though.
Premium. Oh my god. Why would you pay real money for that? Probably hundreds of dollars as well.
You know how Dark Souls doesn't hold your hand at the beginning, and that's one of the things that makes it so good? Well, these crypto game developers must have heard that, and then decided that they want to topple the leaders in the game tutorial industry too. Now, not only do you have to teach yourself how to play the game, you have to figure it out for yourself how to actually download and launch the game too. After clicking here from the last game we played, a constant 60 FPS with smooth controls and a responsive jump, this is amazing. I walk up to the first yellow exclamation point I see, because ever since World of Warcraft, a yellow exclamation point has pretty much been a universal symbol in gaming for go here. The butterfly. So, I'm guessing that this world is one that has many different minigames to play, and this must be one of them. The sign here reads, "This might be the most wonderful walk you ever experienced. Meet the butterfly at the end of the road. Are you ready? Now that's one bold claim. I'll be surprised if this walk's more exciting than taking the trash.
Oh no.
Following along the path of the skybox to the metaverse, we step right over some NPCs who are a lot less fortunate. These guys must really suck to have failed this game. Either that, or they knew what the rest of the game was like, and they've just decided to take the easy way out. The path in total took less than 30 seconds to walk and had no obstacles along the way, and at the end, there's a butterfly you can collect. Hoping that this was just one of the examples of play. The sandbox metaverse is a little
Oh,
bit
buying land. That's what it's like when you buy land.
Heading back to the game's website, I can navigate the map to pick a different world to play.
Oh, it's a
The
different
sandbox
world.
metaverse is a little bit different
We can see Playboy World.
than the Decentraland one. In Decentraland, as difficult as it was, you could in theory walk from any plot to another with no loading screens. In the sandbox, however, each world is a different game instance that must be launched. Think of it like the sandbox links on the web. Each one of them just gives me a different quest to collect or find different objects scattered around the small world. These collectible objects, of course, are placed with no care at all. They're just scattered around completely randomly. Completing a laughably easy obstacle course brings me to this soccer field, where I find an NPC requesting me to score 3 goals to win some trophies. Cool. Ball into the goal. Congrats, here's your trophy. After being bored out of my mind playing soccer,
Yeah,
I
it looks awful.
seeing nothing else interesting. More collectibles, more quests. And
I mean, running around like that in 3D space looks like it's not too bad, but it looks like it's boring as hell.
In every aspect, that was actually funny to see what surprise would be around each corner. The sandbox is so numbingly boring that I can't force myself to spend more than 5 minutes here. Before leaving this,
It's so numbingly boring, he can't force himself to spend 5 minutes in there.
world to try out the others though, I check out the objects that have links to view them on a marketplace. Here, it looks like the creators of each world can sell some of the assets they used as NFTs. Clearly, they aren't popular though, as most of them have only sold 1 or 2 out of the thousands they've created. Plus, these prices make no sense. $337 for a basketball hoop, $28 for half of a basketball court, $1,000.
$28 for half a basketball court.
$28 for half of a basketball court, $1,683 for a house. Who's buying these?
Jesus Christ. $1,683 for that. And that's like when the game's in a bad, is that like
$1,683
the game at its peak, or is this the game dying these prices?
for a house? Who's buying these? Oh right.
What?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Deciding to leave this snooze fest, I head back to the Sandbox website to take a look at the massive map that I was presented with when first opening the site. Here, I can see plots of land with some of those big names that they proudly named on their homepage. This must be where I can actually play the games made by those brands. After clicking on over 20 of these plots, I now learn that you can't actually play any of these. There's either no way for people to publish games to play here, or nobody's actually made a game yet. They've just speculated on land. Dogs Adventures into the Future box. And rewards in the Snoopverse
Yes.
Play to Earn. But for those of you who just can't get enough of the Snoop D-O-double-G, you can purchase the highly exclusive Snoop Dogg Private Party Pass for only $314. Hurry now, sale ends December 27th. This will make a perfect stocking stuffer for your family's resident crypto bro, and will definitely help him feel better after that awkward Thanksgiving dinner this year when Grandpa asked him how his Dogecoins were doing and if they've mooned yet. Besides, how much did you think a ticket to Snoop Dogg's first metaverse concert would be? Come on. You know, the same Snoop Dogg that live streamed on Twitch for a week with the sound muted and chat set to emoji only mode. In the metaverse, he's a genius. There's only a few more worlds I can actually play, so let's check out a different world that's also named Sportsland. More of the same stuff, of course. Walking around a world, picking up collectibles. While the world design here is certainly passable, there's just
That's
nothing
alright.
to do. I managed to find 2 activities that weren't just simple collectibles. One was a 2-question quiz on soccer, which I failed, and 2 was this game where you...
Right, so the sand, I get the gist. The sandbox, don't touch it. I mean, this video was a year ago, but so especially don't touch it now. But again, this is that like things like Decentraland, the sandbox, Illuvium, all like there's loads of really, really, really bad crypto games, and those are the games that Westerners are playing. Like, that's the sad thing about being one of the few sort of Westerners that's party Ronin, because obviously we all know Ronin. It's mainly associated with like Southeast Asia. We all know that's where it started, right? It's dominated by Filipinos mainly, you know, like the majority. I mean, there's people from all over the world that use it, but as far as like Westerners go, white guys like me, there's not as many on Ronin because we're all playing shit like that. All these daft games. That's why I wish like I mean, I don't know. Are you allowed to? I don't suppose you're allowed to. I guess there must be like laws against advertising crypto-related stuff on the television. But I mean, see if you're talking about how to get like new people into Pixels, how to get how could Axie Infinity ever make a resurgence and get big again? Could Pixels get an influx of like thousands of like new players and stuff like that? Well, I'm telling you, see if you could just put an ad on the television. Like absolutely 1,000,000% fact. If there was just one advert that came up on the television, like in the UK or in America, and you're just sitting watching the TV, and then this advert comes up. Get into crypto gaming, like this is Ronin. These are the games that are on Ronin. Go to this link now. Get your Ronin wallet and start playing crypto games today. Like just something as simple as that with some flashy graphics showing like some games and stuff like that. 10-second advert. My God. And the thing is, you know that either Sky Mavis or whoever, you know, if you think of all the games that are under Ronin, whether it be Axie, Pixels, whatever, right? If the lot of them all got together and like had a marketing campaign on the television, I think things would be off the hook, man. But the fact that they've got enough money to do that, I would imagine, and choose not to do that, and it should seem like an obvious thing to do that. I guess there's just laws again. There must be something obvious that they can't do that, just like laws and regulation where TV won't allow them to put such adverts up. But even then, you would think there's a way to like advertise on the TV without necessarily having to mention like the whole crypto side of things or the tokens or whatever. Just like sort of show the games or just the stuff that's on like the Google Play or the Apple App Store, and then just use that as a gateway to sort of feed people in. I don't know. But like I say, Westerners, they're all playing
While some guy named Sean Honda kicks balls way too fast for you to ever
shit
predict.
like this, man.
Besides, there's no score tracking or anything. That one day they might add multiplayer. Please. So, where did this game even come from? How does the developer of two rather poorly received...
Look at it. So it's on Steam, look. Mostly negative. This game feels like someone took a shit on everything to do with sandbox games, released it, and then never bothered to remove any bugs. Fuck you.
Mobile games turn into a billion-dollar blockchain powerhouse. I did a bit of research into the company behind the sandbox, and what I found ended up making the goal of this game pretty obvious. Now, the company that originally developed the sandbox mobile titles for Android and iOS, Pixel, was bought out by a company called Animoca Brands in 2018. Then, at that point, the development for
Animoca Brands, wait a minute. I see that name a few times in the...
Brands in 20...
Animoca Brands acquires Pixel developer from mobile.
Then, at that point, the development
Walkerverse. So they own that sandbox now. Got a lot of things going on. Yeah, I've seen it coming out. I know they've got like I was staking on them. Because I noticed in Ronin, whenever you're staking like Ron, there's an Animoca brands in there, right? I thought they like made one of the games on Ronin. I don't that's what I've been trying to think. Yeah, they are. Yeah, Animoca brands there. So if you were staking, you could stake on the Animoca brands. I did. I had like loads and bitsy pieces. I had like loads of raw, but I had like some Ron staked on about 8 different validators, and then with this Ronin Realms thing that's going on at the moment, they're about to take a snapshot. They're about to take a snapshot for the Ronin Realms validator, and you need to have at least 10 Ron staked to get an airdrop out of that. So I just took everything that I had, and it's all staked on that at the moment until the snapshot's been done, and then I'll decide what to do after that.
Development for Pixel's latest game, which I
So Mockaverse, that's what I'll know them for. That's what I'll keep hearing the name from, I guess. Right. Looks like that fight. It's not the same thing. I thought it was that fight league. No.
can only assume was the sandbox.
I'll tell you what. Is he allowed to show this? I was going to try and get everybody in my guild into this for, like when we were doing, like when I'm doing prize giveaways. Sometimes I like to do just like a little battle royale or something, just so like whoever is the winner of the battle royale, they get the prize type of thing. And
I put in the time, I put in the work. I've seen Ninja Scump and Tim the Tampman's gameplay.
Oh, behind him. No! A 20 out of 20! Good job, guys! What?
yeah, off the grid.
The people need a guide, and I'm here to say that I have mastered off the
Was
grid.
he showing you actual gameplay?
Solos and let people
Look at it, it's unbelievable, it's amazing. Like,
and I've noticed that there are people, without a microphone. Why are you doing that? You're just almost guaranteeing that your team is going to lose against people that do have microphones. Communication is absolutely crucial. Looking at the top of the map, seeing those north, south, southeast call outs.
yeah, just show us the
your
guys.
team knows the middle mouse button.
Yeah.
You pick up these loot boxes over the map, scattered all over the map, called hexes. These little square cubes are the best thing that you will ever see in your entire life, because these things turn into items which you can actually sell in the secondary marketplace for the in-game currency / of course the blockchain component called.
It's amazing. See, it's amazing, but I've got what I think is just a slightly above average gaming PC. I've not got like an amazing gaming PC, but it is better than average. I can run most games on high settings, but damn, like I cannot run this game. This off the grid, it's too, like the frames per second is just too low to have a good experience. So yeah, but I think it's on PlayStation and Xbox as well. And I actually enjoyed this game so much. I was even thinking to myself, so does that mean I need a new bloody gaming PC now, or can I maybe for Christmas, can I get like a PlayStation or an Xbox or something? And I'm only thinking like that just to play this game. It's good.
The Guns token has appeared to player marketplace. It's seamless, it's incredible, but to get it, you have to grab these hexes in the map, actually go to these hex structures and defend them for, depends on the rarity. Common is about 40 seconds, all the way to
like
epic,
I can actually
which is about 2 minutes.
look at this. It'll be
15
cool
to
as fuck.
30 seconds.
Yeah.
If you can do that without it getting disrupted, then you
The way you can like fly around,
These are
like,
crucial.
is just
You
it's
also
cool.
get, enhanced experience for the battle pass and the
But yeah, I could log into that and play it right now. But I'm under like an NDA. You have to sign when you load it up. There's like a non-disclosure agreement. You're not allowed to even take any screenshots and share them. So I was quite surprised to see people showing things. He must have like a special agreement or something like that.
Off the Grid is a brand new early access
Oh,
battle
yes.
royale game that has some
Wait a
extraction
minute. Here we go.
shooter mechanics thrown in too, set in a dystopian cyberpunk future. From developer Gunzilla Games and the creative vision of Neil Blomkamp.
This is like one of the first crypto games that feels very like it's a battle royale and it feels very AAA. If like when I was playing it, if someone said it's like for the makers of like the Call of Duty games or something like that, I would have believed it. It's pretty polished considering it's still so early. Feels really nice. Yeah, it feels great. It doesn't feel like a crypto game at all. It's good.
Yeah, you may know him as the director of
This guy's maybe going to tell you.
Champions.
Like I said, I only played it
My friends and I describe the game as
for a few minutes.
Fortnite for adults, with a fun take on abilities that are tied to your cyber limbs, which can even be shot off mid-gunfight and stolen by your enemy. Reload. So I can just rip this guy's legs off him. That's so insane. Yeah, I just want your legs, mate.
Legs attached.
Okay, so full transparency here, as always. I was actually lined up to create some sponsored
Yeah,
content
man,
with
it's-
Off the
look
Grid
at that,
before I
sick.
had all the info. Hence the review account bonuses I have, such as the infamous ninja skin.
Let's extract something, guys. A hex, for instance.
But
No
look,
way.
if I'm going to talk about my honest first impressions, then I need to talk about the negatives as well as the positives.
Yeah, yeah.
which I don't think I could have avoided talking about, and you guys aren't dumb, so I'd expect you to hold me accountable if I chose to make a sponsored first impressions video, glossing over the performance issues and underlying Web3 crypto systems they have on standby, and I've not really seen anyone talk about, which, depending who you are, could be seen as a positive, but to the many, not so much. I mean, if that aspect of the game interests you, then cool, but for me it's an immediate red flag, and crypto games are just something that I personally choose to distance myself from when it comes to sponsorships on my channel. Now, I've done some research on this, and the Web3 stuff isn't fully implemented yet, and I don't think you'll ever be forced into participating, but you are interacting with the blockchain to a certain degree without knowing. Essentially, the gun currency you earn from playing is also a form of cryptocurrency, which is a new token that isn't circulating on the blockchain just yet, but you are able to buy and sell items like weapons and cosmetics via the in-game
Standard.
marketplace with said currency. Alright, so let's get into it, and I'm going to keep this as simple as I can for those unfamiliar.
But it's like what? But
my
it's like
understanding, the hexes, aka
why let crypto put you? See, with a game like this, you shouldn't let the fact that it's got purchasing things using crypto. There's a crypto element to it. I think it's a positive. It makes me more inclined to want to play it. Yeah, I mean, look at the amount of money people are spending on games like, if you've ever played like Escape from Tarkov, right? That's one that everybody knows, an extraction shooter, and it's an absolute piss take. Yet when it comes to exploiting you for money and all the rest of it, it's an absolute piss take. All the different packages that you can buy, the low shit package for the poorest people, if you're like a whale, and you can buy like the big top end package, and it's bad because basically the better the package that you buy, the more like storage space or something like that you have in your HQ base, and it makes a big difference to the amount of things that you can be looting when you're playing the game, how much stuff you can take back. It's a pretty big deal, your storage space in Escape from Tarkov. And again, it's just extra money. It was a game that ended up being like overrun with cheaters, didn't it? There was a big scandal, something to do, all the cheaters that were in it was bad. And then what was the thing that happened? Something happened where they like introduced a new pack, or they never gave stuff that people paid for or something like that. Or like Call of Duty, where you have to buy a brand new Call of Duty every single year, and every year when the next Call of Duty comes out, everything that you've spent a year grinding for is just like gone. You basically spend a year loot boxes, grinding for skins, unlocking all your levels and things, and then when the next game comes out a year later, you start all over again from zero. And then you do the same again, and then next year back to zero, then back to zero, then back, and it's just like, come on. So criticizing a game like this, knowing that it's got some crypto element to it, and just being like, oh, stay away, it's a giant red flag. No, it's not a red flag at all. It's like, let's see what he says.
Loot boxes that you extract during the match that otherwise plays out like your typical battle royale in turn become NFTs once opened with an assigned item number. You can then trade the contents of these loot boxes similar to the economy system in Tarkov, just with real blockchain earning potential. So, for instance, instead of extracting and opening hexes in hopes of unlocking the best weapons in the game by chance...
And when I played it, you had to play battle royale trios. When I play battle royales, I prefer just playing solo, and it said solos coming soon, but at the moment you have to play trios.
So just buy them from other players with the gun currency you earn through playing, or in theory have acquired through the blockchain. And that, my friends, is where I start to worry, because immediately you're exposing yourself to a potential market that doesn't care about gaming or the state of the in-game economy. Those only interested in their own potential gains often referred to as bulling in the crypto community. And when you give anyone the opportunity to earn through gaming, you also give them the ability to control the ecosystem. And before long, video game marketplaces are treated like eBay, with people spending more time buying and selling than playing the game. Now, in a world where we don't really own the games we play anymore, I actually don't hate the idea of having true ownership over your in-game items. And being able to sell the cosmetics you don't care about will be quite appealing to some gamers out there, I'm sure. It's no different to CSGO skins in the Steam marketplace, where the gameplay experience...
Look at that, that's cool as fuck.
But if we were only talking about cosmetics, then I wouldn't...
Look at that, that's... I'm not even listening to his complaining. That was cool, that. Let me see it again.
And being able to sell the cosmetics
try getting this guy.
will be quite appealing to some gamers out there, I'm sure. It's no different.
And he just fly over, like, just fly.
Experience remains unaffected.
That's
if we
great.
were only talking about cosmetics, then I wouldn't be bothered, and I can see the value in that. If you don't care about crypto, and let's say you just want to sell a t-shirt for more in-game currency to spend on a hoodie instead, you can absolutely do that without ever dipping into crypto, which I think is fine. However, we're not only talking about cosmetics here, and the ability to sell items isn't available for most players. Weapons, cyberlimbs, attachments, and other items that have a very real impact on gameplay are also a part of that economy. So please correct me if I'm wrong, but what's stopping a bunch of crypto bros with huge wallets gatekeeping the current meta and controlling the price of the best guns in the game with the highest rarity and number of attachments? There's already a paid subscription model that allows you to earn 5 times the amount of currency as any non-subscriber, which is an extreme grind by default, and what's worse is that you cannot sell your items on the marketplace unless you pay for that subscription. How a new player is supposed to compete when they can't afford the best weapons and attachments and are forced to roll the dice with loot boxes over and over again until hopefully they get lucky and they're able to? The pay-to-win advantages are right in front of your eyes, but at the same time so well hidden that nobody has caught on yet. Now, you could make the counter-argument that you're able to buy the best weapons via Tarkov's marketplace too, so what's the difference? Well, in Tarkov, damage is based on ammo and not the default statistics of any given weapon. On top of that, you cannot purchase rubles or dollars, the in-game currency, which very recently Arena Breakout was scrutinized for after claiming their game wouldn't be pay-to-win and then proceeded to have the most egregious pay-to-win possible. As I said though, the Web3 aspect of the game isn't yet fully implemented, so I don't want to be too harsh on a feature that isn't in the game yet and is subject to change, but I do think it's good to be skeptical even though I and many of my friends are enjoying the game for what it is right now. And it seems most players are too. I even prefer the early access gameplay loop to the current state of Warzone and Apex Legends at the moment.
It's a good
PUBG
game.
is still my favorite BR of the bunch, but if off the grid play their cards right and don't force people to take interest in the blockchain.
For me, I couldn't even really play it. It was only running at about 10 frames per second. It was so frustrating, but I could still tell it was a good game.
In order to play the game at the highest level as they claim, then they absolutely have a worthy contender on their hands if those systems aren't as invasive as many people fear they will be. They just need to get the balancing and performance dialed in ASAP to make sure the game is as accessible and playable by most people. I struggle to run the game comfortably with low to medium settings on an RTX 4090, but even with all of its early access jank and performance issues, the game definitely nails the fun factor gamers are looking for right now, and the response has been mostly positive from what I've seen online. A lot of PC players won't even play the game for the simple fact it isn't on Steam, but the sole reason for the Epic Games exclusivity is because of the crypto functionality. So this isn't going to be one of those games that eventually comes to Steam, unless Valve changes their policy surrounding blockchain games. I mean, Gaben quite literally put the word block in blockchain after all those fraudulent Bitcoin miners took over Steam, and by the looks of it, this isn't one of them, and there's a decent game beneath it too, but all it takes is for one crypto game to succeed, and before we know it, there will be dozens popping up over the next few years, and Steam will have no choice but to adapt. Personally, I miss when video games used to be just that, games, before microtransactions and subscription models came into the picture, but here we are talking about it, and most gamers don't realize that Off the Grid is leading the Web3 charge and are just playing the game as it is. So let's do just that and jump in to see what the actual game is all about with my friend Lackey. Oh, and
Right,
just to be
I was
clear,
gonna say,
I'm not
yeah.
trying to discourage you from having a good time or start a war with crypto enjoyers, which is a topic I don't know enough about to criticize beyond my own lack of interest.
Let's go, get in the
Off
game.
grid. Interesting look you've gone for there, Lackey.
Here we go.
Prison.
That's prison, is it?
Prison.
Just because it's all
And for me, this is the first time I'm really getting to see proper gameplay myself, because my experience was so jittery, bad. I was turning my graphic settings down, and eventually I just gave up. But I was like, oh, this is a shame. It looks like it's so good. So, and then like I said, there's a non-disclosure agreement. I thought that applied to everybody, but obviously not. So here we go.
Prison,
and gimp suit, yeah.
Yeah, can't be out. Some things can't be out.
You actually have a zipper on your mouth. That is something else.
Look at like that's what I do remember though is this bit here when you're getting ready to like fly. You know, when you actually jump out the aircraft and you're like skydiving down. I actually died on my first one because I don't think there's a parachute. You've got to use like your limbs and your sort of jetpacks to. You've got to like use physics to sort of. You'll see.
Suckle up the game, if you will. Oh dear.
Close pop-ins on medium render distance.
Do you want to land on the top of this just for a bit of banter?
This? Yeah, sure.
Gigantic tower that's here.
Why not? Watch like everyone land here now.
Sick.
Oh, I died when I did that.
Welcome them with open arms.
There's quite a few people landed around here.
Oh really?
Yeah, not up here, but
Place normally isn't that popular.
so Sky Navigator, fly through all gates without landing.
On our building?
Yep. Onto one. Other one's lit. There you go.
John Wick, another one.
Oh, behind me, behind me. No one else in here. Oh,
Yeah, I want to play it. It looks sick.
hit him with a shoulder swap.
Scream!
Yeah, I hear the screams. Jeez. They fell to their death.
I'll always, I mean, then get me wrong. I'll always be like for the foreseeable future. I'm 100% committed to pixels. There's no doubt about that. But you know what? Like when you just want, just like say something casual, just jump in, have a match or two, something like a quick sort of actiony game. This looks spot on to me.
Wait, this is our teammate. I haven't got
you
UI
silly.
for him. I'm just mag dumping our teammate. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't
God,
see it.
teabag him while he's down, why don't you?
Oh, he's activated the gate.
Who's activated the gate? Oh, I did. Yeah, I did the jetpack thing.
Whee!
I'm gonna follow it.
Oh wow.
Whee! Wahoo!
It's like Iron Man.
Yahoo!
Oh, you have to get on the zip at the end of that?
Yeah, well, yeah, it keeps going.
Oh, that's so cool. And then you're gonna zip. Oh man, that's so cool.
Oh, this is pretty sick.
It's actually kind of cool because it teaches you an in-game mechanic.
Uh-huh.
To get better at it.
I would like inverted flight controls, I will say.
That's amazing.
I'm gonna go for this thing and call in Lodi probably, or like. Just
So we get 1,750 credits from that. Nice.
Yeah, bounties are definitely the way to go for cash.
Yeah, that's a good way to like introduce the mechanic and make it part of
100%.
like something you want to do.
Just need to find a bit more cash and I'm good to go. Ooh, a purple squall.
This is a golf course?
Yes.
What the hell?
A golf course post climate change, I believe.
Right.
The Javelina.
Okay, Zoe's coming in.
Yeah, I still need to find cash. I'm quite light for funds right now.
Do another contract somewhere?
Yeah, let's do the Netrunner.
Aight. I've not done that one.
So the cool thing about this, and this is what I like, is like even guy in front.
Where? Oh yeah.
Just
Just dead instantly.
Tomographic. That's who we're looking at here.
Sponsored by Armex.
Yeah, it's funny the loot content is sponsored by certain brands.
What was I going to say? The really cool thing about the way this game is balanced, in terms at least of what will be the forward economy once the crypto system is integrated a bit more, is that if you have purple rarity stuff, that just means it's more expensive.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
People are
it's
still gonna spend that money though.
Epic Leapers here.
If it doesn't affect the core player base that are just interested in the game,
Got people on me, by the way.
then it's fine. In that building. In the smoke here on me, right here, this ping. Broke in, found him. I'm dead.
It doesn't look like what you'd think a crypto game looks like. It looks very
No, I don't think so.
sort of polished.
Rare Leapers there if anybody wants that.
Yeah, I guess I'll take him. Let's call my loadout in.
Yeah, we need to get into circle before we call loadies.
Yeah, good comms.
Somebody shooting at me?
From
the golf course.
See the enemy. Hit once behind this rock.
Right. Grab my gun.
Oh, nice shot.
Oh, he's nailed me.
Nice shot.
Oh!
Dead.
There's another one further away.
Yeah, I'm getting shot.
One kind of. Oh, hi.
Oh yeah, seen.
All right, you fucking
Look at my
cheeky
loadout, dude, in the open. Shot on the ramp.
I've absolutely pieced one of them.
The guy down low too, right here.
Health metric increasing. That's right.
Going for my loadie.
Pushing up a bit.
Yeah, he's on that ping.
Up, two.
Copy.
Armor plates require resupply.
Needs to play up.
Teammate revival.
No, dude, my gun. What happened there?
Thrown out. You down?
I'm dead. I went to go push the guy and like it just didn't back out my gun at all.
Damn.
That's three
This
there,
drone's
three there.
crazy. Yeah, I can see him.
Careful, they're gonna third party that for sure. If you could just force it away, I would.
Yep. I think it's stuck in the geometry.
That's good. Just blast. Get just running away.
I'm getting away.
You good?
Yep.
I'm gonna try and back it. I've got no feet, Tomo.
I've got no feet.
I've got no feet.
I'm getting shot at. Got low health. Come on, Leapers. This might actually down me. Oh, guy on me. Found him.
Oh no! Oh, I got it.
Oh, went down.
Can't tell where you're getting shot from. Oh, on the fence.
See him.
He's pushing close, but like he's not.
Copy. I see the sludge over there. Thrown out.
Yeah, it's cool.
Scanned on us.
There you go.
God, the drone's so good.
That's a good scan.
Every game has a wall hack now.
Every game. Well, maybe they just thought
single
they
game.
thought if everybody's gonna do it, we may as well do it ourselves.
I'm gonna do my own thing.
Oh, close.
Okay. Nice. Anyone else?
I like the gun noises in this. Like.
Not that I've seen.
Okay, we need to get our teammate.
Okay.
Is there a buy station nearby? It's all marked out of the zone. Any more plates too?
Yeah, plates are looking a bit low. When we get into zone, I'll call in a loadie. I'll grab the teammate over here. Bro, try going for the smooth.
Shots this way on my ping.
Yeah, heard. I'm gonna grab this bounty as well.
Scan going up.
Track down and eliminate
Oh, guy on the crane.
Target proximity area is marked on your map.
On the crane. Scanned him from that range. Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow.
That's so busted. Oh, I'm taking
It's
shots.
good, like.
Please.
Teammate's been choked.
I'm choked.
Where, Tomo?
North. Not sure where exactly. Here.
Oh, look at that! Holy shit!
Not shut up. It's like the finals. Here he comes. Dead.
Okay, we got to move with circle.
Yup. I got this M4 feeling really good now. still have to like pull down on my mouse a bit, but barely any recoil.
Let's go right so we can get the buyback on this geezer. That's gonna be a you question because you got the funds.
Got it.
They're flying around, man. Like, that looks so cool.
Teammate redeployed. Grab this quick.
Got myself a loadie coming in.
Nice.
We got shots nearby, by the way. You see
Yeah,
that?
heard, not seen. Yeah.
In the alleyway to your right.
Alleyway to my
Should be
right.
one. Yeah, alleyway to your right, 100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, multiple.
That's one. Two knocked. One lower staircase.
Play patient. I'm coming.
I'm chilling. Just need more plates. Got thermal on him. Got a self-res.
Oh, self-res.
Down. Oh my god.
Well done, lads.
That pistol. That's actually really effective. It's like a deagle. Alright, let's move into the zone. Not far. Oh, I can jump in the air with that thing. That's sick. Okay, I'm just gonna loot these boxes up top.
Should be good, yeah. Chill 'em. We need to play height, so I'll come to you.
Man, someone could be on top of that skyscraper. What was that?
That was me bottling a jump up. Guy landing under me somewhere, or trying to.
Where are you? Shit. Gotcha.
Jet engine. Yep. Okay, I got a guy on the roof near me.
Right there.
Think I need to go on with the stick.
Yep. Beamed him in the
Down him.
face. Nice.
What
Okay,
the hell is
thermal in
that?
the corner.
Oh.
Might have missed.
He's gone, he's gone.
Oh yeah, good kill. Coming to your zip line.
Yep, yep, yep. There's definitely people under, so just be careful.
Okie dokie.
In the air somewhere? Oh, landing in.
Drone live.
Coming to us.
Bloody hell.
Instant. Nice, dude.
More under. See him on the zone.
Yep, see him on the drone, yeah. Look at the range on that. They gotta change it, dude. It's so bad. Teammates maybe fighting one.
Yeah, beef under. I don't think we back it. Oh.
Wounded teammate detect teammate.
Broke. Damn, teammate.
We shouldn't have pushed that. I'm playing the billboard.
Okay. I'm going for res.
Kind of sit in the crevice.
Yep, going for res.
Yeah, do that. Covering.
Oh, this is scary.
Teammate redeployment success. Error.
Ah, okay.
Play broken a guy above.
Nice.
He has a hex on him if you get the finish.
Yeah, I see the hex trail.
He's inside that building somewhere.
Trying not to get burnt by your
Yeah, yeah.
thermo. Put one on the stairs as well.
2 squads left.
15 seconds on drone.
He's probably gone down interior. Zone's coming back towards us. So we'll
But the game isn't even really out, or just coming out now, and like
in the crevice, as you say.
Feel these guys look like they've been playing it forever.
Alive, yeah.
Yeah, seen.
Was one
Oh, there he is.
One landing in, one landing in.
The recoil control.
Bro doesn't know where he's going.
Okay, that's a team wipe. Don't know why that guy didn't use cover, but.
I know. I should. That's what I was thinking. Why didn't you just go for cover?
Interior on me.
Copy.
Oh.
Seems decent, by the way.
Stay alert. You've being tagged by
The way you came on the balcony, up here.
Oh. Could be interior though.
I'll get a shot on him. Pushing now. Going in the window. Hello, you lucky? Okay, the teammate's dead on the stairs. Get a thermal in that staircase. Careful.
He's got a shot. He's got a shot. He's got a shot. He's got a shot.
Yep, I've thermoed in there.
That rocket thing that he's firing for his arm sometimes is pretty.
Do you want to go
sweet,
underneath?
Right?
Never mind. Knocked him.
Aye, that.
Thermo.
Lava south. In the hallway, beyond me.
Come to you. Got a scan for you.
Yep.
Killed him.
Come
on, lucky.
I balled it.
No.
You can buy me back if you want to play safe.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Danger. You've been detected by a cyber.
He's scanning you, so he'll know where you are.
Alert.
Yeah.
Cyber limb capacitance critically high. Leave
I'll
Oh,
the
do this
high
fast. Come on,
power
game.
zone immediately.
I'll get both of you.
Nice, well played.
Ah, I got them both.
Wait, where's the... What the hell?
Oh
Where's
no.
the zone right now?
Self yourself, self yourself.
Are we all just dying to the thing?
Teammate revival needed
I knocked him.
Oh,
I knocked him.
no.
Okay.
We're fine, we're fine. We outgas him. We outgas him.
Depends if he has that backpack or a self-res. Can I not stim? Is that not a thing? No!
Damn. must have had to sell for a buyback or something.
How do you use the stims, dude? Or can you not?
You hold 4 and then you have to switch them. It's a bit janky.
God, they were playing.
The
He was playing pretty
going
bloody
down
good for someone that doesn't know how to play the game. That was sick. That was sick. Off the grid. Yeah, if I had a better computer, I'd be having a little shot at that myself. I was like this. I had to read that twice. I was like, is this person asking me a serious question right now? Yeah, mate. Yeah, that's the new dungeons in chapter 2.5. Looks sick. At least we've got some action, some proper action in pixels now. Does look good though. I hate when I see games like that which are like free to play and get into it, and then my bloody computer's not even good enough to play it. You do like the character creator? That's it. So when we getting this update? When's it coming? I mean, it's only still. I'm in the UK, so it's still the 14th. I'm guessing we're actually not going to get the update until like probably about this time tomorrow. You know what they're like. What's the deal? Pardon me. I might do my Karuro tickets. It's a weird number. I wanted to have enough tickets on my Karuro Ranch thing so that I could take a bit out of my live stream that was just focused on pulling like a round number, like 20, 30, 40 tickets or whatever. Probably I was going to aim for like, what do you get for 20 Karuro raffle tickets? But I think I've only got 19 at the moment. Title 19. 19. Yeah, I might just go with 19. I won't be able to get another ticket for at least another like 10 hours or something ridiculous. 10 hours it resets. Right, let me get rid of this. Rural Ranch, right. Yeah, 19 raffle tickets I have at the moment. Because I have this halo above my beast's head, it means that I've got a 20% chance of getting a raffle ticket every time I level up. So I'm pretty close to leveling up. It's not going to be... Don't think 63, let's see. Maybe. Oh yeah, we will get one level. Let me see if I get a ticket here. It'd be nice. Please give me... Oh, I did as well. 20 tickets. Wow, perfect. It's exactly what I wanted. Well, let's see. For 20... So obviously I've not been using them for a few days, so I could save up a few. What's that? Where's my sound effects? Okay, let's do 20. Let's do all 20 tickets then and see if we get anything special. You do the tickets again. Redeem tickets. 20 tickets. Alright, let's do it. Probably just get loads of Kanzi energy a bit. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, tap, tap, tap. That just means extra tap, tap, tap. Silver ticket is what you want, eh? What she's saying, it was, yeah, one of them that went, oh, another carry energy drink. Yeah, but the advert for Karuro says that those tickets are selling at the moment for $500. An egg would be, I think eggs is what we want, right? Is that a golden egg would be nice? Oh, 300 shards. Way. Another 300 shards. I've never had a golden egg yet. I've only the eggs. I think I've only got the brown eggs and once. Yeah, like I've got a few. That's about the 7th or 8th one of them I've got altogether. So a mysterious egg that opens during the hatching airdrop event to reveal a special prize. Another 300. That's a lot of tap, tap, tap for me. Right, again. Oh man, I'll be tapping for the rest of the night. Damn. Oh, I've not got one of them. What's one of them? Oh, that's Karuro. Oh, 150 Karuro. So that's actual money. That's actual money then. Unlocks at TGE after the hatching. That's the first one of them I've ever had. 50, yeah. So it's them. There's a 50, a 500, and a 5,000 or something, was it? 5,000 Karuro, please. An egg will do. An egg will do. Thank you very much. 5,000 Kuro. I keep calling it Kururo. Kuro. Oh, a silver egg. Silver treasure egg. Mysterious egg that opens during the hatching airdrop event. 300 shards. That's 10 gone already. Silver egg. Wonder what. Oh, the yellow injection is. I remember that. That's the yellow injector thing. It gives you a special beast or a lucky beast or whatever it's called, which I've already got. Yeah, it's the fact I used one of those injections which turn my beast into a lucky beast, and that's why every time I level up, you have a 20% chance of getting a ticket. The halo thing above my head means that I reset all my levels back to 0, but you level up quicker or something like that. Okay, 7 tickets left. Oh, my finger's gonna drop off. All these tap tap taps I've got. Alright. Golden egg or 5,000 kuro, please. Oh, thought I was going. Whoa, 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 whoa. Bloody hell, so much energy. Oh, the fuck! Wow. That's probably going to be something half decent, I would imagine. Very nice. Just a silver ticket or 5,000 kuro now, and it's like that'd be the another silver egg. Thank you very much, thank you. One more to go, one more to go. 5,000 kuro or a silver ticket. That's all I've got left to accomplish. An energy ball. Okay, whatever. How's that? Energy ball, right? Wow. Few rewards. So altogether, 8 bronze eggs. I got some of them earlier. 4 silver eggs. I've got 4 energy drink. I'll redeem them. 2.4k shards. Well, I'll just take them now. Just gonna spend those coins, upgrade some buildings. Then I'm just gonna. 50 kuro. Energy ball. We'll take that now. There's the energy ball. Very good. Go, 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 go. Tap, 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 tap. Tap, 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 tap. Oops. Obludum? Right. There's no way I'm now doing my. I've got 2,600. That's not even all because I've still got. Oh my god, the tapping that I'll need to do at some point is ridiculous. Boost. No, no, no. It's the airdrops. So we've still got bloody hell 4 energy drinks. Okay, so you get 15 seconds of unlimited tapping, which is what I'm doing now. 1, 0. Right, that's that. And then it filled up my energy as well, so drain the energy now. And then we've got another one. Airdrop, rewards, energy drink. We'll go 15 seconds. That was more. Give me about 17 seconds of unlimited energy there. Oh, right. And then now drain the energy. Done. And then another one. That's ridiculous. Do you know what? And then I've got to use all of these on the beast. Yeah. Won't be doing that. I'll just do that later. Airdrop, might as well use the other thing. Three, two, one, done. And now drain the energy. Woo! It was that last one. Okay, done. So 8 bronze eggs, 4 silver eggs, 1 golden egg, and 50 kuro. Because you can get 5,500 or 5,000 kuro, I'm guessing 50 isn't probably going to equate to all that much in real world money. But hey, it's better than nothing, eh? Better than nothing. So what I'll do is, yeah. Right, no update yet. They said the 15th, so everybody's hoping it's going to be like exactly midnight, right? What time is it in the Philippines? Because that's when people will be. It won't come out at that time, but that's when time in Philippines. Oh, yeah, so there's going to be loads of people. That's the time in the Philippines. It's 8 minutes to midnight. So there'll be loads of people hoping the update will be in 8 minutes. Did I get my claim for today? There we go, daily claim. 2. better play at least. I've been sat here for a while now, and I've not done much of this game yet at all. I was determined to get my woodwork to. Level. I need to learn to talk. I was determined to get my woodwork to level 80 for the update. It's not going to happen. I'm at 77. I did manage to get my forestry up to 80. Stone shaping, yeah. I did treat myself to 2 submarine sizzler barbecues recently, so I hope they become useful again. Just go to and down for a turquoise couch, I think. Seeing as I've got the stuff on me for it. Getting a bit dark. I need to use up these logs before I do anything else, so I'm just gonna go back here. Yeah, once I've finished this roundy logs, planks, I'll have a load of planks that I can sell and do something else. Right, see, for a little bit, these are the bits where I need to be watching something. I cannot just like, I'll go insane. What's Asmongold saying here? I'll watch it.
This smiling face emoji, but no one appreciates it. Pensive face emoji.
I had no idea boomers are this dumb.
Lovely work. Well done. Susan, she has 3 hands. Susan's not alone, though. On Facebook, there's been a recent surge in weird groups posting AI clickbait, usually of some bizarre, cutesy animal scene. Amazing photo of the day. Very nice. Or...
Do you understand how we're being attacked from all angles and all sides? It's not like there's just one thing. Everything is coming together all at the same time. It's getting bad. It's getting real bad.
Some piece of frankly incredible handiwork. I made this huge cat out of
what people believe. I mean, if I seen that photo, I would instantly say it was like, not necessarily AI, but I mean, you know, it's been photoshopped. You know, it's not real.
No, hashtag photography. Oh my god, you've got a wondrous telebit. all for bots to befriend and then scam those sorts of people who still use Facebook in the comments section, and each picture has loads of comments. I mean loads.
Fabulous.
Even AI you and I would see through instantly still manages to fool
How do
some...
you get that shot? Is amazing. Debbie. You fucking idiot, Debbie. You get that?
Still use Facebook in the comments section, and each picture has loads of comments. I mean loads.
Fabulous.
Even AI
That photo, and then someone says,
you and I would see through instantly still manages to fool
How do
some...
you get that
how you get that shot? It's amazing. Sorry, that tickles me. That's funny.
shot? Is amazing. Debbie. You fucking idiot, Debbie. You dumbass. 95% online comments. I'm telling you guys that they're bots. You think that they're bots. Do you think that they're bots, or do you hope that they're bots?
real humans. Thankfully, there are also groups of vigilantes patrolling these comments, pointing out AI's flaws. I have made a wooden owl. I'll be grateful for your evaluation.
Beautifully crafted.
Awesome. Uh-oh, you've taken the poorly faked hands clickbait. Get ready for bots.
You know what's really funny about this? Is the poorly faked hands are becoming less and less common every day. So we're talking about how bad this is, but the truth is that this is going to go away. That's a solved problem at this point.
2 men's first names to come trolling. Hello, Helen. No matter how convincing they might seem at first, there's
What's wrong with that photo?
always some small giveaway. Gal Gadot, okay hand emoji, fine and beautiful. Did you
It's just like the faces have been superimposed.
get the 2 left feet? Made
Oh, 2 left feet.
this.
Sorry.
Oh, God. Probably a lot of bots commenting on stuff like this, and the AI comments are bots too. You guys want to believe that, but I don't think that's really true.
This red heart emoji, thumbs up emoji, smiling face emoji. Thanks, everyone. Absolutely gorgeous. And what workmanship. What the hell is this guy doing? My son is taking part in a pastry competition. Let's, encourage him. Birthday cake emoji, smiling face emoji, red heart emoji.
Right.
You think that's supposed to be encouraging
And
him?
like, look at the name. It's called Happy Day. What the fuck does that even mean? Happy Day.
Not as bad as some of the spellings in the comments from real people. Looks yummy.
Yeah.
Grest job. Sorry. Very
Grest
butterful.
job.
Ah, yes.
I don't like that accent. I'm British and I don't like that guy's accent. See, if I actually knew in like hours how long it took to level something up, it would probably scare me out of even doing it. You know what I mean? Some things you grind in this game, you feel like you're leveling up relatively quickly for the effort that you're putting in, like forestry. And some things like mining just seem like you're having no effect on your leveling at all. Like once you get to a certain level, you know. I plant yesterday on my land. I planted like 900 potatoes. 900 potatoes. Do you know how much energy it cost me to plant all of them? And then I forgot about them. I only forgot about them by about like 30 minutes, and they all died. So then I had to spend another ton of energy just harvesting them to get my seeds back. I nearly cried. Swear to God. $2.5 today or tomorrow. I guess it depends where you're from. I reckon it's probably, if the date is now the 15th in your country, then it'll be today. But if, like me, it's still the 14th, it'll probably be tomorrow. There was a lot of, I remember, like last week, they did say that they were going to do the update early, like change it from the 15th, and it was supposed to be like the 13th. But I guess when they rolled out that, you know, they did the reputation update thing a few days back and then messed it up and had to roll it back. So I'm guessing that just had a knock-on effect. So I don't know. They didn't do it when I was asleep. They haven't. Have they done have they put the reputation thing back on yet? Let me see. Have they updated the reputation system again? Did they fix it before? I don't know. I'm sure my reputation was only 5,019. I seem to have got an extra 200 reputation. I mean, in my experience, when there has been updates in this game, the updates do tend to happen, I'm going to say between like 6-7 o'clock at night to about 10 o'clock at night my time, which is like over the next 4 or 5 hours. So like from an hour's time to 3 or 4 hours time is normally when I see updates. Yeah, it's usually a couple of hours after now that it happens. So yeah, because it's usually you guys sort of like miss it. Well, when I say you guys, I'm talking to what I assume are usually like the Filipino crew. They guys are usually in their beds when the update happens. So I don't know. It would be nice if it was tonight. It's probably going to be one of those. It's probably going to be one of those updates that takes about 4 hours anyway. We'll see. I always speculate, and I'm always wrong. I just keep wasting time. I'm a bit annoyed at myself for not getting my woodworking here to level 80. But it'd be nice to know, I wish I knew what I should be selling or buying before the update. I need to check. Yeah, I'd hate to think I've got loads of things in my inventory that I could probably be selling to make money. I'll be pretty gutted if we get an update and suddenly it's like not worth anything anymore. Barney's barbecue. Oh, these are back up to 200k. So like these Barney's barbecues, I had bought about, well, I bought 99. I bought 99 barbecues somewhere. Yeah, I think around about 80 to 90,000 per barbecue. Maybe less than that. About 89,000. And then the other day, look at it, it shot away up. Shot up. All those barbecues went up to 364,000. But by the time I got told about it, knew about it, it already started to come back down, and then it's come down, 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 down again. So here's the supply. See, there was loads of people making that, because the grey area, that's the supply, right? Show the quantity. Ah, there we go, right. So it's the quantities coming down, prices going up. Quantities, well, I'll keep an eye on it, And then submarine sizzler. We're doing a 34 mil. I think if I see a submarine sizzler going a 30 mil or below, I might jump in and get another one, like. Yeah, I might get another one if I see it go much lower than that. Could maybe make how much adamantium picks? I do have. I'm only looking at them because they're tier 4. I do have a lot of Ironite picks if I could be bothered. Just how much experience? 2,000. Was it Saw Stump and Ironite bars? Fuck it. Did someone say wine can't be treated? Yeah, that's right. Yeah, sorry if I took a while at seeing your question. 507. Yeah, sorry it took a while to see your question. If you're still there, that is correct. Wine is not going to be tradable anymore. Yeah, that is correct. That's what they've said anyway. I mean, they always say one thing one week and then change their mind a week later. So, I don't know. I bet it makes sense. They've been saying that for a while now about wines not being tradable. Have you noticed that they're in the Drunken Goose, but they're locked? If you go into the Drunken Goose right now, you'll see all the wines, but they're locked. So I presume when the update kicks in, they'll be unlocked. But they've hinted that, you remember back in chapter 1 that food was good for energy. And I think they've hinted that it's going to be like that again. I've heard Heidi sort of saying, oh yeah, and there's going to be food for energy as well. So hopefully they increase the amount of energy that you get from foods. And I also hope that the foods will be tradable or whatever, because I have purchased a couple of submarine sizzler barbecues, hoping for the best on them. I'd like to get another one, but I can't really afford it. It's like I've got 41 million, but it's like 34 million for a submarine sizzler. So if I just keep making planks, maybe I can get one. I could actually get, if the price of those barbecues would go, I think I've actually got 36 barbecues. Let me do the maths. Let me see if I sell my barbecues at floor price. How much can I get? I'm just trying to find out if I can get a submarine sizzler. So, yeah, calculator. Okay, it's well 100,000 times 36 would be 3.6 million times 2, 7 million. So if I sold all my barbecues at that price, I could get like 7 million. Still going over at 7 million. Let's keep an eye on that. Yeah, that might keep creeping up over the next couple of hours. This could creep up, like, if that could get, if this went up to like, well, let's just keep an eye. Because if the barbecues go up in price and the submarine sizzlers keep coming down in price like they are, we could be in. Yeah, I've got about 50 on my land which I want to keep there, and then I've got about another 36 Barney's barbecues that I'm willing to sell. I would buy more coins if all my Ron wasn't tied up and staked on that Ronin Realms validator thing. They don't take the snapshot for that for another few days yet, I don't think. I think it's the... Oh, it's round about now. It could be the 20... I think it's the 22nd maybe they take the snapshot for Ronin Realms validator. By the time I'm able to unstake that, I probably won't even be able to buy coins over the counter anymore. Probably need to start spending pixel or something. Sounds about. I'm just reading your times there, Ali. Yeah, it sounds about right. Yeah. But I'm actually expecting it. Like when I got up and started playing, when I started playing earlier on, in my mind I wasn't expecting anything to happen like now, like tonight while I was sitting playing. I was expecting to sleep and then wake up, and then at some point like tomorrow see the update. So I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. And they did say that they were going to try and give us it a bit earlier at one point. So, but you know what? Every single time there's an update, every time there's any kind of update, it's always the same. I sit here 24 hours too early expecting something to happen. I don't know if they've said anything on the official Discord. I'm still banned off the official Discord for speaking about Bitcoin in the general lobby. Just wish I wasn't having to grind planks when I'm live streaming. It's not the best thing to be doing when streaming, really, but I don't have much choice. Wonder what Lou's. I'm going to check Lou. I'm going to check Lou's stream myself in a minute. I wonder if he's got a stream scheduled for tonight. He's sometimes on about this time. See if he knows any juicy gossip or information. Nothing. Nothing scheduled. Nothing coming up. Oh, it looks like Lou's. Is that Lou been playing that off the grid? His last full video was a month ago. Never mind.
What's up, Mungo? Boards, we're back again, and it's time to dive into another Pixels AMA.
I like Art Dice, I like BCH. I haven't watched this video yet.
Key, especially with
if you haven't already, you probably, if you haven't, BCH Art Dice channel, go and subscribe to this if you haven't. He's really, really good.
Roll out next week, October 15th. Fingers crossed the team delivers on time so we can check out all the exciting new content. Before anything else, if you're new to this channel, please consider liking this video, subscribe to my channel, and click the bell button to be updated on my recent uploads. So grab that coffee and join me today as I share my take on the latest info that Heidi
go
and
for it,
Luke
my
have
man.
for us. This is Art Geist from BCH Guild, and welcome to my channel.
Dude, don't know if that music's gonna get me. Blah 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 blah. I never know if I'm going to get copyright stricken for music. I hate it.
Hello, everyone.
Wonder if that's BCH number 1. Yeah, it's quite cool. I like that intro.
Everyone,
I like it.
welcome to this week's live stream. We have a very, very exciting announcement. So for those of you that are here, you're gonna get first access, first dibs.
Put my
on something
camera
very
off for a second. I'll be
exciting.
right back.
And then of course we have all of our regular updates we're gonna share with you. Luke's prepared our, the deck that we often share, and yeah, if you have any questions, throw them in the YouTube live chat and keep it farmer friendly. Let's be kind to one another.
I've been quite critical in expressing my thoughts during past AMAs, but we've always aimed to remain objective in our feedback. After all, our passion for pixels drives us to want the best for the game and the community. Criticism, when constructive, helps the game improve and evolve, and that's something we all benefit from. However, it's important to keep things respectful and productive. There's no place for toxicity in our community. We're all here because we share a love for pixels, and I hope everyone continues to uphold that sense of positivity and respect as we discuss the game's future. So guys and gals,
couldn't
let's
agree
keep it
more.
farmer-friendly.
You can also comment on the live chat on Twitter, not the comments, the live chat.
Oh, my microphone wasn't on. Sorry. What I will say though, I'm starting to get a little bit sick. I mean, I totally agree with it. I get it, and I agree with it, and everybody should follow the whole farmer-friendly. What's the word I'm looking for? Farmer-friendly. Yeah, but like everybody should like be like that, But like I'm starting to feel like I'm getting the term farmer friendly rammed down my throat all the time. It's like always farmer friendly. It just when you right, I'm just thinking of that person that was in the Pixels creator Discord. I was gonna say I can't say his name, but I forgot his name anyway. And he was just saying, what did it say? I've just been banned from the official Discord for asking a moderator if they're special. Permabanned as well, permabanned. It was just like, and he was in the creator Discord complaining to Heidi, and then even Heidi's response was just like, "Well, that's not very farmer friendly, is it?" And that was the end of it. So yeah, so I do believe don't be toxic. There's no need for toxicity and all the rest of it. Yeah, it gets bad sometimes. But at the same time, don't need to be too harsh.
And we can see them also, and
you can tell I'm scared to say certain things.
let's bring up Luke.
Hey everybody, excited to be here today. This will be a good AMA. There's a bunch to talk about today. So, we have a big update coming out next week, right? The October 15th update that we promised. There's gonna be some stuff releasing next week, so we'll talk about some of that stuff. We have to have a talk about reputation, some of the changes there that we're making. We have some cool announcements today too, so we'll talk about that. And then we'll also dive into some of the ecosystem stuff that we're working on too, because it is something I want to touch on again.
If you guys don't mind, I'm going to skip over Luke's Telegram game if he brings it up again. To be honest, it's just not something I'm particularly interested in. I know some of you might enjoy it, and that's totally fine.
I feel this
Everyone
thing.
has their preferences.
I love it. I love it. If Luke brings up that Telegram game again, I'm just going to skip it. Yeah, I agree with you, mate.
When it comes to game modes and platforms. For me, though, it doesn't really align with what I enjoy about pixels or what I find engaging in gaming. So I'll be focusing more on the core updates that really catch my attention. But feel free to check it out if it's something that sparks your interest.
Because we have like a cool announcement today. I guess the announcement today, I guess I can just go and dive into it already. So today we're going to release early access to our Telegram game, which is super exciting. Here, let me pull up our slides. We can kind of go through the agenda like we normally do. So yeah, today we'll talk about the weekly updates that we normally have. We'll give you guys an insight into the kind of stuff that we're working on. We will go through reputation and the taxes today. We'll go through ecosystem plans, and then we'll go through landowner updates also. So yeah, it'll be a pretty busy packed AMA. We're going to probably spend some time today answering a lot of questions because I know you guys will have them, especially around reputation, around the new tax system that we're introducing. And yeah, let's just dive into it. So here we go. Reputation. I think that's the first thing to talk about. So yesterday we rolled out a couple of new systems, right? We started to show you guys our new reputation system, and reputation is something I'm really excited about because it plays into all of the stuff that we're talking about, right? So it plays into chapter 2.5. It plays into ecosystem. It ties in with Telegram. It ties in with some other stuff that we're releasing too. Reputation is one of those systems where we're finally starting to make it a little bit smarter. So what we rolled out yesterday, and we ended up rolling it back because we needed to fix a few things first before we go completely live with it, is this new reputation system. Some of you got a sneak peek at what some of your new reputation scores will be. And you can see that we... No?
It was wrong yesterday. People are going to think that
wrong.
was...
If you've been keeping an eye on the patch notes, you probably saw that on October 8th, they released an update for the new reputation
Yeah, and then I
system.
immediately rolled it back.
Unfortunately, they had to roll it back due to a bug that popped up. It's always a bit disappointing when things don't go as planned, but these issues are part of the process. The team has assured us that they'll release it again once the bug is fixed, likely in the upcoming weeks. My guess is that they'll just bundle it with the Chapter 2.5 update.
Yeah.
Which makes sense. Might as well make sure everything runs smoothly together instead of rushing it out separately. Hopefully, this next release will go off without a hitch.
It was wrong. So what was wrong about the reputation yesterday was basically some of you were not getting the reputation that you were supposed to be having. But what a lot of you guys saw was your reputation scores also increased a ton. So what we started to do is we started to basically introduce new ways to increase your reputation. So there's a few things that will now...
The thing is, I'm wondering, it hasn't been done already, has it? Because I'm sure my reputation for ages has always been 5,019, and then I've just checked, and my reputation today is 5,219. So I've got an extra 200 reputation from somewhere, like overnight or over the past 2 days.
Increase your reputation that didn't before. Things like owning NFT land, and actually a multiplier for more NFT lands you own, you get more reputation. Things like VIP, if you own a Pixels pet, if you've completed quests, if you participated in events, connected socials, if you played the game, or if you own integrated avatars too. We started looking at that. We also look at some other cool stuff when it comes to the reputation system. Now, here is maybe a good point that we need to talk about, right? We want to kind of like do, and the goal of reputation is basically we want to make it so that real players are able to get reputation a lot easier. So basically, if you've been doing stuff on chain, that's one of the easiest ways for us to see if you're a real player, right? So an easy way to identify a bot, and there's a couple of different things that we need to be looking at, and there's some nuance here, right? So there's kind of going to be some stages to the reputation rollout. Is, for example, if you've done anything on chain before, like if you hold like a pixel balance, if you hold if you've deposited pixel inside of the game, some things like that, we have a better idea that you're probably a real player, right?
I really love the idea of earning reputation points based not only on your Pixels account, but also through your overall wallet activity. It adds a new layer of depth and recognition for players who are actively engaging in the ecosystem. Imagine if other platforms like the Ronin network adopted a similar concept. Every time you participate in Web3 games or hold NFTs, your wallet could accumulate reputation points. These points could then serve as a universal metric
right, actually, like
across
Ronin
multiple
actually
games
doing that.
to
Yeah,
verify
yeah,
if you're a
yeah,
legit, committed player. It's a way to showcase your credibility and dedication, not just within a single game, but across the entire Web3 space.
Yeah, right.
This could open up all sorts of possibilities for exclusive content, rewards, or even in-game perks for those with a solid reputation, creating a stronger sense of achievement and trust in the community.
Well, that's a pretty good idea. That I never even thought about that before. Actually, Ronin having a reputation system, yeah, and see just the way that Arcdice is portraying it there. I can see that. I can so see that happening probably sooner rather than later as well. Yeah.
Bots, what they'll do is they'll spin up thousands of wallets, and they have no on-chain activity.
I can just picture a Ronin update in the coming months or something like that, announcing like, oh, reputation system coming to Ronin. I bet you, yeah, well done, Arcdice.
Completely fresh, and it's pretty easy to spot that. So we're actually going to make it harder for basically a fresh wallet and the fresh account in the early stages to like get the reputation that you need. But if you are a player who's been playing other games, this kind of stuff, this is the stuff that we're going to start to add on to reputation. So basically, we can start to increase the trust of users who haven't played our game before if they have some kind of on-chain history, right? There's a bunch of other stuff that we're doing here too. There's some of the reputation side of things that'll be visible to you guys. There's also some back-end stuff that we're doing too that we're not going to make completely visible to you. So some of the stuff we started to introduce is like the segmentation tech that we've been talking about in this new reputation system. And basically what we can do is we can start to figure out like who the different types of players are inside of the game. Like for example, if you're a grinder, if you're an event person, if you make...
I'll say it now before I forget. I don't know if anyone's even... Where's my camera? I don't know if anyone's like even watching, but we had someone in the group. I won't name him by name. I just think it's funny, right? He's in the Guild Pal general chat, and he was saying something to the effect of, what's wrong with these mines? The mines aren't working or whatever. And like we were trying to say it because he's like a relatively new player. We were basically saying to him, no, what's your mining level? You're still on tier 1 mines? Ah, yeah, tier 1 mining is terrible. They always fail. Once you get to a higher level mining, it gets better. They fail less. He's like, and I come on the next game day and he's still moaning. He's like, nah, man. He's like this mine is failing 50 times or more in a row. And I was like, nah. I was like, I don't believe you, mate. I was like, even if you said 30 times in a row, I don't believe you. I think like the maximum a tier 1 mine will fail is maybe like, what's the worst I've seen? Like maybe like 12, 15 times, something like that. Have I seen 15 times? I think even that's a bit extreme. 15 fails. And then he uploaded a video the next game. He uploaded a video just showing that this mine was failing over and over and over and over again, like more than 50 times. And I'm just like, eh? I'm like, well, yeah. I mean, you've either been banned or something, or you'll need to create a ticket. I've never seen anything like that before. He created a ticket. He came back and said that he'd been banned. Yeah, I've been banned. I was like, shit. I was like, so they banned you, and rather than actually giving you any kind of notification or telling you that you've been banned, they've just made it so that the game doesn't work, so that your mines will never succeed. Wow, that's a bit... And I think that's what Luke's basically mentioning now, because I watched this AMA the other night, and Luke says something, it would be better if when we ban the bots or ban cheaters, that they don't even know that they've been banned. And so I think that's kind of what he means, doing things in the game where you're just going to get punished without even being told you've been banned or whatever. Anyway, that's my story.
A lot of UGC, we can start giving you reputation points based on that kind of stuff too. The whole end goal with this system is to basically make it again so that if you're a good player, you have access to all the features inside of Pixels that we want you to have. Like for example, like trading in UGC is an amazing meta that's popped up inside of Pixels in the last 2 or 3 weeks. I love what's happening there. I think we're becoming like a really proper cozy game. And
since we're on the topic of UGC, let me take a moment to showcase my latest creations. I wasn't able to include them in my previous video due to some editing errors, but I'm excited to finally share them with you now. First up, I've got the Hoot Guardian, and alongside it, the Fallen Hoot. These UGCs are part of my personal tribute to the Barn Owls NFT collection, which I've grown really fond of. If any of you are interested in owning one, there are a few options. You can check out some active giveaways from our fellow guildmates on X, or you can find them available for purchase on the market. I know the prices can be a bit steep for some, so
Sorry, I've been chatting away. I've been chatting away for ages there with no microphone on. So I hope you enjoyed that. God, I was talking a whole lot of shit for ages there, and then I looked around and I thought, was anybody listening or something? I was like, oh, my microphone's not even on. But yeah, talking about UGC, Guild Pal sign. We do have a Guild Pal sign. Got them up for sale. Yeah, there's absolutely no way I'm going to repeat everything I was just chatting about for the past 5 minutes, whatever. That's terrible. It's just, I'm annoyed at myself now. Let's go back to Art Diced.
So if that's the case, feel free to DM me on X. I'm happy to offer a cheaper price for anyone who wants to add these pieces to their collection. I just want to make sure they find good homes with people.
Those things, by the way, are actually a good price. Compared to the pricey other things that are on the marketplace. So yeah, but so it's the fact that he's going to discount you even more if you get in touch and be like, oh please, I'd really like one, but I don't quite have the coins. He'll give you that. Yeah, what a nice guy. What a nice guy.
People who appreciate them as much as I do.
I think that's
I
actually
love them, mate.
some of the best like play style.
I'll need to get in touch. See if he'll not waste his time watching my videos. So I might DM him, please, man. I showed them off in my video. Can I get one, please?
Meta that I've seen in a little bit, right? People's specs are getting awesome. People's lands are getting awesome with all the decorations.
Like if I hadn't bought 2 submarine sizzlers and just blown like 80 million coins. And then I got 190 T4 trees, which cost me like 50 million coins. So yeah, I've spent way too much the past couple of weeks. Like I don't know what I'm playing at, so I need to stop it. Like,
I love seeing that, and that is not the activity that we're trying to nerf. Like that is actually the kind of activity that we want to make way easier for players who are participating in the game. To like participate in. And the other thing that ties into this too is the transaction fees that we started introducing too, right? So one thing that we also are trying to do is we want to make it so that basically bot accounts are getting taxed on coins a bit more too. So when we think about coin inflation, chapter 2.5 is really focused on coin inflation. There are going to be things inside of chapter 2.5 that don't feel really good at first. And the reality is, if we want to fix the game economy and fix how the game is, there are features like this that we're going to have to start to introduce. And transaction fees are one of them. So if you noticed, when we released some of the updates and patches yesterday, transaction fees went live. Now the transaction fees are pretty cool because they're going to be variable. And basically, as you start to increase reputation, your transaction fees will go down. And our goal with reputation is basically to make it so that the really good dedicated players have much lower transaction fees. But a bot account who is like very new to the game, they don't have much on-chain history or any at all. They haven't done anything like positive in the Pixels ecosystem. They're going to get much higher transaction fees. So basically, it's a way to kind of basically tax bots and then really put a dent into the coin inflation that way. So the whole idea here that we want to do is we want to basically make it so that real players are less affected and bots are much more affected. And reputation is the way that we need to do this, right? So on our end, what we have to do is we have to do a little bit of fine tuning with the reputation system to make this work, right? It's going to take some time to actually nail it down perfectly. But if we basically push out reputation and the majority of our users are unable to access the features that we want, like trading, all of this kind of stuff, then we failed on reputation basically. And that's the kind of stuff that we're gonna be tweaking.
This change in transaction fees is a crucial step toward discouraging bot farmers and extractors from exploiting the system. By adjusting these fees, the team is trying to strike a balance between rewarding genuine players and reducing the impact of bad actors. However, like with any significant change, it will take time to perfect. There will likely be some trial and error along the way, and new issues might arise even as they address the current ones.
New
That's just part of
issues
the
might
process
arise.
of refining
No.
a complex ecosystem. So, I hope we as players and supporters
Always new
can
issues.
exercise patience and understand that these adjustments are for the long-term health of the game. It's important to remember that creating a fair and balanced environment takes time, and our continued support and feedback are key to making these changes successful.
And adjusting really quickly. Now, note on reputation also, there are kind of going to be two ways that we have to like go and roll out reputation. So the first part of reputation that we're focused on is with our existing user base, right? So that means that we're going to have to look at things like your previous quest and kind of get you up to the reputation that we want. And we already have all the tells, like the data that we need to make sure that you're there. That's the goal with the reputation system. So if a lot of real users are getting blocked from the actions that we want them to do, which is trading, it's playing the game, right? Like we're not trying to make it so you can't play the game. We want to make it so that your experience is basically the same as it was before. But now we tax more of the bots and like the bad people inside of the game and ecosystem, then that's the end goal here too. So transaction fees are one of the first features that we're releasing for coin inflation. This should put a pretty big dent into it. And we're really excited about what this is going to do. So we're probably going to roll out this reputation fix and update with this bigger release on October 15th. And here's the game plan for how we're basically going to be releasing. So we have the first update of chapter 2.5 on October 15th, and then we're gonna try. I'm gonna push for weekly updates, but it'll probably be realistically bi-weekly updates that are gonna be pushing out bigger features. So these are things like new task board. We have a new feature that we're working on that's going to add some more endgame content like merchant ships. We're going to be working on things like industry limits. Basically, chapter 2.5, the intention behind it is basically to make sure that we fix some of the game economy, and then we can start to focus on more of the fun features. So once chapter 2.5 is done, then we can start to work on more of the fun stuff. But basically, chapter 2 is in the state where it's broken enough where we had to spend some time fixing all of this. And let me tell you, it was not an easy fix. Part of the issue with chapter 2 and all the changes that we have to make here, if I'm being completely transparent and like honest with you guys, is there was so much broken in it. And
we never
so
noticed.
many interconnected systems to fix it. Basically, anytime we change one thing, it affects this, and it affects this, and it affects this. The team is getting in.
That's kind of like what I'm a little bit worried about now. Just like what Art Dice was saying there. Sometimes fixing one thing can just break another, which is always really what's happened, hasn't it? Every update. I mean, from my perspective, okay, I don't want to be too harsh, but sometimes from my perspective, it can feel like that every update just makes something else worse. Like, oh, what is it now? Oh, what is it now? Even on a very basic level, just like when we had the cooking curse, something which didn't really bother me, I wasn't affected by it, but those people that had the cooking curse on the task board, when will it be fixed? When will it be fixed? And it felt like it was a long time, right? Like weeks and weeks, maybe even like almost a couple of months or something, I don't know. And they fixed it by just swapping it for bricks. Okay, right? Cooking curse fixed. Enjoy the brick curse. So like, yeah. So I'll get a little bit. I just hope they're confident with 2.5, and that, you know, after the last everybody was so hyped for chapter 2, right? And it was just so sad what happened. So yeah, fingers crossed there.
Into a little bit of decision paralysis, but we're changing our approach now. Basically, the mindset is we gotta get scrappy and dirty again, like we were for all of Pixel's history, right? And what that means is we're gonna release some stuff that doesn't work right away. And the promise that we have to make to you guys and to ourselves inside of the team is we have to respond quickly. So we might release stuff that looks a little wrong at first, but we have to build trust with you guys, the players, again, that we will fix it quickly. So that's kind of the internal.
It's a positive sign that Luke has openly acknowledged the loss of trust from players due to the issues in previous events. Admitting this shows a level of transparency and self-awareness that not all developers display. What's even more important is that they're actively working to regain our trust and confidence, taking steps to address the concerns that have been raised. I genuinely appreciate their dedication and willingness to learn from past mistakes.
Yeah.
It's clear that they're committed to improving the player experience, and that kind of effort goes a long way in rebuilding the community's faith. While it may take time, their actions speak volumes, and I believe they're moving in the right direction. Let's give them the space and support to make things right.
Message in the internal way that we're thinking about stuff, but it's what has to happen, right? So what we could do, right, is we could basically just like try to design the perfect fixes and get them right from the very beginning, and delay features and like just try to like do all the theory crafting. Or we could take the practical approach and just be more cowboy again, right? And release, fix, update, patch really often. So when we say that we're going to do bi-weekly updates, that doesn't mean that it's going to be bi-weekly patches. And that's kind of the team directive right now. It's like, okay, bi-weekly updates, but when we release something, you got to be super responsive. You have to make sure that we're like following through with all the updates. The reputation update yesterday was a good example of the team getting back into that habit where we released something, it wasn't working quite as expected, and we rolled it back, right? So we're going to start to do more of that again. And reputation, when it goes live on the 15th, it's going to be there to stay. That's when we're going to start to do the really frequent updates to it, right? So a lot of economy stuff going on there. Now, a point that I want to make too on the transaction fees. So some people pointed out that VIP, we had said that the transaction fees will be 1% on VIP, right? So what we're going to do with that is we're going to respect if you purchased VIP and you have an active VIP subscription, we are going to keep your transaction fee down. So we said 1% when you went out and purchased it. It's not fair for us to change something that we promised when you went to purchase it. We know that some of you purchased VIP with that 1% in mind also, the transaction fees on the marketplace. If you have purchased VIP with that promise, then we're going to keep it. Now, moving forward, new purchases of VIP, that transaction fee will probably start to increase gradually, right? This transaction fee that we're doing inside the marketplace and trading and coin trading and all that, it is really good for the game economy and probably the healthiest thing that we can do for coin inflation. And now, why do you care about coin inflation? Why does it matter? This is some debate that we've been having internally, right? Like coin inflation sometimes is honestly easier to stomach than a big nerf and a patch and an update like these sometimes, right? Like you see these transaction fees and it feels like a nerf, and like, but being honest, it kind of is, because the coin inflation is a little bit out of control in certain aspects, and we need to basically start to introduce these levers that the team can control to make this better. Now, why does this matter to you? It's because whenever you're in the game now, you guys see it, things like the cost of energy starts to increase when coin inflation is really high. This amount of coins that you need to spend to get pixel is really high. Now, how coins and pixel in the task board work right now is there is a set amount of pixel that's given out every single day, right? So no matter how many coins are in the economy, the same amount of pixels given out every single day. Now, if we start to have less coins coming out into the economy every single day, that means that you're going to have to, like, gradually, it's not going to happen all at once, right? This is like, you guys are from Argentina, you guys know what this is like, right? There's a little bit of short-term pain, but it's going to be the right long-term decisions, right? And it's going to be the right thing for the economy health. It's going to feel a little painful at first, but eventually you're going to have to start spending less coins if we get the coin inflation under control to get pixel every single time.
That's exactly why I'm not grinding the task board at the moment. Everything has become so expensive, it's almost not worth it right now. Take delivering 25 bedrock bricks, for example. Just that single task can cost you over 100,000 coins, which is a huge investment for a relatively small reward. So instead of pouring all my resources into tasks like that, I've decided to step back and wait for Chapter 2.5 to drop. In the meantime, I'm focusing on using my free energy to mine, level up my other skills, and stockpile resources. I'm also saving up as many coins as I can in preparation for the new update. That way, when the new content rolls out, I'll be ready to hit the ground running without worrying about being short on coins or materials.
The end goal here, right? So there's a few things that we're going to be doing too in addition to that, to also look at this, right? So coin and energy purchase.
I couldn't agree more. For anyone that's like watching or whatever, I couldn't agree more. Obviously, because I'm fortunate enough to have a few dollars, $50, $100. Normally, my budget per month, like I've been playing this for 6-7 months, and normally my budget has been between $50 and $100 per month, and then things have been getting a little bit out of hand, for want of a better expression. Yeah, things have been getting a little bit out of hand. Just like I'm not getting myself into trouble, other than the wife's going to batter me with her flip flops if I keep buying coins, kind of trouble. But no, yeah, I mean, at one point I had like 150 million coins, right, in stages over 7 months, able to build up to that, buying coins every now and again whenever I can, up to 150. And then I think a couple of weeks ago I bought 190 T4 trees for one of your public lands, and that was like 60 million coins, something like that. So that was me back down to under 100 million, you know. And then I bought like a submarine sizzler, then another submarine sizzler, and I'm just like getting carried away. It's not like being back down to like 40 million is maybe like a lot for some people to look and be like, wow, 41 million, that's like a lot. But for me, I'm just like, oh my god, how much have I been spending? I'm back down to 41 million again. That's terrible. And I've already got my eye on a third submarine sizzler. If it goes down, if the submarine sizzlers go down to about like 30 million, I'll be really tempted to get another one. But that's going to take me what, down to like 11 million. So I don't know if I can do that. I don't know. And then I'm like, oh, where can I get more money from to buy coins then before the update? And then I'm like, don't be so stupid. Just like, no, don't. You don't need a third submarine sizzler. Just chill out. I'm like, should I unstake some of my Ron just to get more coins or whatever? I don't know. Maybe I should I don't know if I should get my Guild Pal UGC and maybe list it a bit cheaper. Because before, like when I minted them, I think that was when I had 150 million coins, and I'm like, I don't really need coins, so I wasn't fussed. I think I just put one up on the marketplace for sale for a laugh for like 499 billion. I put it up for, knowing that nobody could buy it. Nobody in the game's got 499 billion. Like I say, I just minted them so that I could put on our own lands, and I've done that. So, but now that I've been buying submarine sizzlers, I'm like, oh, should I maybe put my sign a bit cheaper? Maybe just put it down to like 5. I don't know. Well, 3 million. I don't know. I mean, I don't know how much it's just worth and how much I could sell them for. How much is that worth on the market? How much is worth on the marketplace? Bearing in mind that it's essentially an advert for a guild, innit? How much? That's a nice wee photo. I wonder if I want to photo that.
Interesting is one of the things that we're really actively focused on, and it ties in with the wineries and grills, right? So there's this whole energy economy inside of the game, and this is something that bots took over a little bit at one point, right? So
Well, we never
we're gonna
noticed.
make some changes to how coin and energy purchasing works. Basically, what we're going to start to do is we're going to start to introduce energy that you can purchase, like wine and other thing like that, directly from pixels. So we're going to kind of cut out some of the middlemen there, right? But what this also means is we have to change how wineries and grills work a little bit too. This has been like a lot of the debate that's been like blocking and slowing some of this down, because it's like, okay, if we do this, then it affects this, then it affects this, then it affects this. But basically the idea here is we have to remove the public winery from Terravilla. I think that's pretty generally agreed on. That's been the most abused little section of Terravilla since Chapter 2 has come out. And we're going to start to move some of the meta to single-use industries for energy creation again too. So grills are probably going to switch to single-use also. That's going to be a big meta change, right? But what this allows us to do is this allows the team to have much finer tuned control over the energy outputted inside of the game every single day, right? So essentially, this was the whole point of Chapter 2 when we did it, and we kind of missed on this particular part of the game loops when it came to energy creation, right? When you can have 1,000 accounts sit at the Terravilla winery and continue to make wine, it's going to make the price of wine a little bit cheaper, right? But it's the bots that are taking a ton of the coins then, and then selling it OTC and making a lot of the coin inflation problem worse. So it's one of those like necessary things that we have to do there. But then what this also starts to introduce is like more of a meta towards grills and wineries again too. And then we can actually really control, if they're single use, the amount of energy.
One of the biggest turnoffs for many players when Chapter 2 launched was the nerfing of the grill recipes. In Chapter 1, grills served as a valuable alternative energy source, which played a crucial role in keeping the in-game economy balanced, particularly preventing the skyrocketing prices of wine. Many players relied on this strategy to maintain their gameplay efficiency. I hope some of you held onto your grills. I personally saved 4 and have been eagerly waiting for the return of the grill meta. If it makes a comeback, those who kept their grills in good shape will be well prepared to take advantage of the meta shift once again. Here's hoping it resurfaces as a viable strategy soon.
Coming into the game through these industries every single day, right? Then there's some other things that we talked about too with industry limiting. So I think what we're actually going to do here is we're going to start to introduce industry limits on the NFT lands again. I think we want to do it by industry type. I think that's what we've decided. So basically we're going to make it so you can only put on like 5. These are not the right numbers. So this is the one little blocker before we actually get this out of like how many industries do we have on each land. But it might be something like, only 10 mines, only like 20 trees or 50 trees, only 60 plots of soil. This is the kind of feedback that we'll need from you guys. But basically when we start to introduce these changes, the Pixels economy is much more in the Pixels team's hands again. And that way we can actually start to introduce new meta changes.
Oh yeah, that one of the examples he gave was like maybe like 60 patches of soil, something like that. Don't do that. My land will get nerfed. Look at my land, right? I know most lands will get nerfed, I know, but I just mean like soil. Look at that. I think there's like 900 soil there. 900, and imagine that getting reduced to 60. But then I guess it just means that I would get to do a lot more, depending on what other things get nerfed. I could still have the same things here. I could just make it look a bit, maybe just have other things. Once I get to, I think is it tier, because I'm on level 89. Yeah, what's the deal with tier 5 stuff? That's doing my head in, man, because I just don't know. Like, is my understanding correct that you will never, ever, ever, ever be able to put tier, even when it's introduced into the game on NFT land, it's got to be, is it for future what do you call it? What's the word for it? Disposable, contestable lands or something. That's the tier 5 stuff, is that right? Whatever that is, whenever that is, I don't know, because I've built some tier 5 mines and I'm just like, will I ever get to put them on my...
What that means is we have to build a good game that people want to be playing and they want to be using their pixel tokens in, right? And the revenue month by month has actually been increasing, which is great. But there's a lot of work that we need to do to actually get to the point where we feel like this is the most sustainable that it can be. So yeah, pixel revenue is still looking pretty healthy. Since TGE, we've been averaging about 2 million a month. I think last month we did, in the last 30 days, we did something like 1.2 million. Let me get the real number on that and like confirm that later. But it's looking relatively healthy. And the things that we would need to do to increase this are basically to make the real user experience really good. And to make sure the first time user experience is good too, so we can start to bring in new players into the game and ecosystem. And we'll answer some questions about all this after, but I think this is actually a great tie-in to the other stuff that we're doing here too. So my image didn't show up, that's funny. We have Pixel's Tap Track. Yeah, we have Pixel's Tap Track in early access.
I wonder what was going on there. That was strange.
Releasing it basically now. I think it's out now.
It's live. It's live. So if you, I pinned to the top of the YouTube live chat. If you're not in it yet, join our Telegram group.
Yeah, nobody cares.
/play. I think when you join.
So, this is their Telegram game, and as I mentioned earlier, it's not really something that catches my interest. For that reason, I'm going to go ahead and skip over this part.
Skip.
I apologize to anyone who might be curious or excited about it.
No, we'll get over it.
But if you're interested,
Excited.
you can always check it out later in the official AMA video. I've included the link in the description for easy access. Feel free to dive in and explore it at your own pace. I'm sure there will be plenty of insights for those who want to learn more.
And maybe we can dive into some of the ecosystem stuff too. This is kind of establishing like the Pixels ecosystem. The Telegram game is interesting. We have some other stuff coming too. Hopefully I can announce like a really, really big thing in like the next like month. But we have some stuff going on in the back end, which will actually be like a lot more actionable on the ecosystem and a lot more exciting. We talked about this over the last year a good amount, and some of those fruits are finally going to start to like show over the next month. And this is, I guess, alpha if you guys are following, because yeah, I'm not sure how many people outside of like the Pixels AMAs even know what we're doing here. But that one will be a much bigger announcement. So anytime that we bring on a new game into the ecosystem, here's what we're thinking. Like basically the requirement is if it's in Pixels ecosystem, they have to use the Pixel token to monetize. We want to also share our login with Pixels. So that means you only need one profile between any game that's in the Pixels ecosystem. It'll be the same exact profile that you log in with right now. So basically, if you log in with like MetaMask or Ronin, you'll be able to log in with MetaMask or Ronin there, or social login, whatever it is. It'll be the same login, the same user profile between every single game. Now, this ties in with reputation too, because the reputation will be shared between any game that we introduce also. So that means if you have a really high reputation inside of Pixels and you were to do something like play Pixels Tap Track, if we want to give rewards to people based on reputation, your Pixels reputation actually works inside of this game. We might even do things like reputation multipliers or other things like that inside of prize pools. So there's some cool stuff there. Another requirement of any game in the ecosystem is basically we want most games that are coming into the ecosystem to share NFTs with like across games too. So a good example is if we were to release
this is cool,
pets,
man. I love this.
Which is something that we're like pretty excited about and we're moving on. This isn't the announcement, but like
but kind
say
of
we
is.
wanted to release like a whole native app around pets. It would use our pet NFT inside of that game, right? And another interesting thing that we're finally starting to move on to is staking. So when we think about ecosystem, we're going to start to introduce staking of Pixels. This is probably a month or two out, if I'm being honest, but it doesn't really matter until we start getting the ecosystem stuff anyways. The idea is we want to start to introduce incentives to stake Pixel, and it ties in really well with an ecosystem play too. Like for example, if we bring on another game inside of the ecosystem and it did an NFT mint, we would probably make it so that you had to either have like a certain reputation in order to get whitelisted for the mint, or stake a certain amount of Pixel to like get access to the whitelist as well. So there's cool things like that that are happening, that this ties into the Telegram game, but it's like the first step of this ecosystem stuff that we're doing. It ties in with reputation. It ties in with all this chapter 2.5 stuff that we're doing with segmentation. It's pretty cool. So basically, all the stuff that we're doing here in chapter 2.5, it plays into like this bigger thing that we're doing that all ties into the core game of Pixels too. So the idea is the core game of Pixels, chapter 2.5, all the stuff that we're doing here, when we're thinking about chapter 3, we basically want the core game of Pixels to be the focus. And Pixels, the core game that we have now, is what's monetizing, right? So it's building out revenue. When you think about the team goals and the foundation goals, the foundation goal is basically to increase the use of the Pixel token as much as possible and have as many people get exposed to Web3 gaming as possible. So in order to do that, we need to build out distribution. We need to build out, use cases. We need to build out more experiences that bring people into the core Pixels game, right? So that kind of ties into like all of the stuff with reputation that we're introducing, and maybe is a good time to like dig into that. But maybe before we start to go into questions, because I know there's gonna be a ton we'll start to pull out. Will the high level players benefit from chapter 2.5? As you may be aware, there are many players now at levels 550 to 650 and has reached the point where there is nothing left to do in game. So yeah, that's what we need to start to do too. Chapter 2.5, what we need to focus on is basically most of the economy balancing first. And then there's going to be new features coming in chapter 2.5 also. Merchant ships is a good endgame feature that we're going to be releasing. It's going to be, it's not.
I'm really curious to know how many of my viewers have reached level 550 or higher.
Me.
Drop a comment down below with your overall level, and let's see how far you've all progressed. It'll be interesting to get a sense of where everyone stands. Personally, I'm not what you'd call a hardcore grinder, so my overall level is sitting at 407, according to the Pixels Game Assistant. I know some of you are likely way ahead of me, and I'm excited to see how your hard work has paid off. Let's compare our progress and maybe even share some tips for leveling up in the comments below.
It's not going to be like the task force, but it's going to be somewhat similar. But you're going to...
Right, full transparency, the only reason I'm that level is like most of that. I mean, I have been grinding. I sit here and I play this game for about 16 hours a day, but a lot of that time is either just typing stuff in Discord or playing with my child or like maybe eating my dinner. But I'm sort of here playing the game for about, at least 12 hours every day, usually about 16. But at the same time, the reason I am the level that I am, which is... Wow, I'm actually above 600 now. I didn't think I was at 600 yet. So the reason I am actually above 600 now is money, isn't it? It's because I keep buying coins. And especially if you go back especially the first few months of playing this game, the huge advantage that I had being able to just buy coins at whatever price, then just getting the energy and just constantly leveling. Things like, you know how it is, anything really, but especially things like forestry. As long as you've got the wine to keep drinking, you can just level up forestry, especially when chapter 2 started. You level up forestry so fast. So yeah, so a mix of being fortunate enough to have some money to spend, but also grinding hard. I don't suppose anybody who's just doing the grinding part would be anywhere near level 500-600 without botting or using automation when they're sleeping or whatever.
Start to earn other things inside of the game too. And it's
hello Melamuds, how you doing, my man?
Also, it's going to be a cool feature that we're releasing out. So that'll be in part of the chapter 2.5 release. That one will probably be more catered towards endgame players. So where we're at with the game state right now is basically...
Yeah, I've just been listening. I totally agree with Art Dice in this. Absolutely zero interest in Pixels Tap Track. It's just like whatever. But I think Luke acknowledges that as well. Luke's pretty much said, look, there's no really... He's saying it's designed to filter people through to pick. It's designed mainly to get new people into Pixels, isn't it? He said that when they do start giving rewards, you have to create an account in Pixels to claim your reward. So it's about filtering new people in. So fair enough. I don't really think us people that have been playing Pixels for a long time are really supposed to be getting excited by this. I don't think it's for us.
Some things inside of Pixels that have worked well. right? But there's actually like a really big lack of endgame content and chase content too. So there's stages to it. The first thing that we need to do is basically like fix the issues with pixels, and then the team can get onto the fun stuff and the new stuff, right? But I will say there's going to be some new things coming to you that should hold some attention besides a Telegram game, and I hope we can announce it within the next like month. There's just some legal that we have to get through, and then we'll announce it as soon as we get the go ahead on the legal. Yeah, that'll be really fun when we get that out too. So here's some alpha. By like end of year, we'll probably have something compelling enough where there'll even be like a new NFT mint, all of this kind of stuff too. There's some stuff moving there, but I can't dig into that too much or announce any of that. But yeah, the idea here is, you know, we need more things for people to want inside of the game besides just pixel. So we talk about chase content a lot, but in order to actually get more things that people want inside of pixels besides pixel, we need more fun game features inside of the game, right? Before we can get more of the fun game features.
I've got a theory as well for anyone that might happen to be watching this. I think, right? You know how Luke's mentioned before about having all items on chain, and before the problems that would have come with having all items on chain was because of like the sort of transaction, the blockchain process. It would have been sluggish, having everything on chain, blah blah blah. But I think that was like the old days. I think that was before they migrated to Ronin and things like that. He's possibly referring to, because recently he's spoken again about now having things on chain. He's not said much, but he's definitely mentioned it a couple of times. And I notice if you go in collections at the moment. So let's say we look at the game. What's it called? That's not out yet. What's it called? Yeah, here we go. Lumitera. So you'll see the game Lumitera. Floor price 0.001 flat, like, because the game's not out yet, is it? But anyway, if you click on here you go. So I think this is what's going to happen with pixels. I don't know how soon, but I'm willing to bet money that this is what's coming in the future. Everything will be on chain exactly like this, where you'll be able to come into the marketplace, and whether it's seeds or tools or whatever, it'll all be tradable on chain like this. You can. What do you think about that? Are you with me? Do you hear me? Do you agree with me? I think this is this would be sick. And I also think that if it is, this is the kind of thing that if Pixels were working on, or they were planning on implementing whatever, it makes total sense that they're not going on about it now, because it would cause, I don't know whether it would necessarily cause botting again or whatever, but it would certainly cause people to start like mass hoarding things or playing in a certain way, because you would anticipating this coming. You'd be like, fucking hell, I could actually just sell all my planksy wood or my, you know, whatever. I could sell my tools, whatever, for actual run. Yeah. But I did hear Luke in an AMA brief one sentence where he was like, oh, just like Lumitera selling things on chain. I swear to God, I heard him say it.
Side of the game, we have to fix the econ, and we have to make sure that the economy is good. So chapter 2.5 is mostly economy focused.
All right, Mello. Yeah, just think the patch will it's probably just within the next 24 hours, really. I know in your country, I know in the Philippines, I know it is the 15th now. Yeah, it's 1:45 a.m. I'm not expecting it. I wasn't expecting it tonight while I'm awake just now. You know, I see when I feel like I'm talking to someone, I feel like I need to turn my stream into a fucking Skype. Can tell how old I am now. I was going to say a Skype conversation. Anybody remember Skype? Fuck me, man. Right, video chat, fucking whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it tonight while I'm awake, because for me it's like 6:45 p.m. I actually thought I would be going to sleep, waking up tomorrow, which would be the 15th for me, and it would be like for me tomorrow sometime. So, which is still a long way away yet. However, saying that, it is the 15th in some countries right now, and it is kind of at this time of night that updates happen. So let's be honest, if the update's going to happen, it's going to be within the next hour or two, right? In my experience, this is normally it. It's usually round about now, this time of night. So, but I'm not going to hold my breath for it tonight, for just now. It would be nice, yeah, it'd be one of those kind of updates though, where it'll be down for 4 hours anyway. But yeah, we'll see. Like I need to get these benches to level 8. I'm at level 77. I don't have a chance in hell of getting these to level 80 because I keep stopping. Back to work.
There are some new features coming, and then the team will finally start focusing on mostly new stuff. Because yeah, I mean nobody likes to build out like economy fixes. It's not the most fun thing to build, but it's some of the necessary stuff that we need to do to fix the core game of pixels right now, and then we can move on to the next stuff. Will tap track players have an edge over non-tap track players when it comes to the core loop of pixels? So this is not confirmed.
No,
I really hope that's not the case.
Yeah,
I don't want to feel forced into playing a
Me
game
neither.
I dislike just to gain an advantage.
Yeah, that would
this
be
trend
bullshit.
has been happening more and more with some of the upcoming games on Ronin, and to be honest, I'm not a fan of it at all.
Yeah, God no,
Forcing
please
players
no,
to
no,
engage
God
with
no.
side games or other content they don't enjoy just to stay competitive can end up frustrating the community. Personally, I've always believed that developers should focus their energy on improving and refining the main game. A well-polished core experience will keep players invested far more than pushing them into other games they have no interest in. It's all about making the primary game engaging and rewarding on its own without forcing people into unrelated content to stay ahead.
I get that and I agree with that, and I think Luke would agree with that as well. But I think Luke has said, as I've said before, that they are just using this game to try and bring brand new people to Pixels. You know, it's for new people that have to claim those rewards by creating a Pixels account to create those rewards, and hopefully, and he's saying it's just an experiment. So again, I don't think any of us are really supposed to be interested in this game. Like, and if they forced us to play it to stay competitive in Pixels, I would be pretty annoyed as well. Yeah, fuck that.
But like the kind of stuff that we think about with ecosystem reputation is like maybe at some point, if we feel good about the stuff that we're doing inside of Tap Track, like that might be a thing that we start to add reputation for. This one might not be the best example.
I thought everybody knew that. I thought everybody knew that for about the past week or two that wines are going to be on. Heidi first said that. It wasn't the last AMA, but the AMA before that, she commented on wines being non-tradable, and then said it on the next game AMA. Yeah, it's totally expected. It's yeah. And yeah, you've seen the wines, right? If you go into the Drunken Goose now, you'll see all the wines, and they're all currently locked. So, was it no you, or was it someone else? It was someone else that pointed it out earlier on. They were like, yeah, they're probably just, when the patch goes live, that's where you'll get your wines for the Drunken Goose at a set price. And then hopefully, I'm hoping, this is why I've bought 2 submarine sizzlers and I've got loads of barbecues on my land. I hope that the food becomes viable again for energy. If food becomes a good energy source again, I'm laughing. If it doesn't, I've probably wasted way too much money. I'm talking like hundreds of dollars. I've bought 2 submarine sizzlers which cost 40 million coins each. 40 million coins each. And I'm hoping, let's just keep checking, I'm hoping that they drop down. I'm not hoping that they drop down, but if they drop down to 30 million, I'm going to get another one, I think. Somehow going to get another one. Submarine Sizzler, where are we at now? So we're still at 34. Yeah, so if that gets down to 30, tempted to get another one. Like.
Of adding reputation, but other things we start to release in the ecosystem would be good examples. So for example, if we released like a new app,
that's what I thought when someone mentioned it earlier. That's what I thought as well. I'm like, yeah, I'm sure they've been there since chapter, but I think the point is that when the update happens, like this update that we're waiting on now, I think that's when they'll unlock. Like that's when they'll unlock is this 2.5 update. So I'm presuming that makes sense to me.
And
they'll remove it. Was it that they're removing the winery, aren't it? There's going to be no more winery in Terra Villa. So yeah, it makes sense that they'll unlock.
I'm obsessed with the idea of a pet app. Can't talk about that one too much. But if we release like a pet app and then you have like a high pet streak in that app, right? Then it could be a good way to like give you more reputation inside of that. That's how we view ecosystem, right? Where it also potentially introduces new syncs of Pixel. And
I just hope. I mean, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter, right? As long as the only thing that's important, at least to me, the only thing that's important is that now that they're controlling the wine, and the wine will always be at a set price. What's the price going to be, right? Can I get like some grump? I mean, the thing is, they might change the values, how much energy you get from drinking a wine as well. So it'll just come down to like, is it worth it? Like, could I blow 5 million coins and just fill up a couple of chests worth of wine and be set up for the next like month or two? Great, fine. But is it going to be like some ridiculous is it going to just be like bad still? Am I going to be like, oh my god, they're still so expensive, man? And it's like, oh, they've just made the game even more grindy. We just don't know.
Things you might want to earn too inside of Pixel's ecosystem that you might want to use your Pixel for. So
I think it'll be I would imagine coins.
What our goals and what our intentions are. We want to create.
It's got to be coins, right? It has to be coins. You're not going to have to spend Pixel. Now I think it'll just be like, you know, the one that's a Pixel just now, those unique, that can, whatever it is, that one that's in there that costs 1 pixel at the moment. That might still, obviously, I know that's there. But I would imagine the wines are going to be coins because they want to sort out the coin. And the whole idea is to sort out coin inflation, right? So I would assume coins.
Create a lot more fun experiences that get you using your Pixel or having you want to earn other things besides just Pixel and use your Pixel to earn them for it.
Okay, some users are saying that, yeah, the Telegram group is private when they click on the link. I have no idea why that's coming up for some of you and some of you not. Just make sure you're using the right link.
But also bear in mind that when I speculate about something, there's a huge chance it's wrong. Usually
once that the YouTube one isn't working, which is strange, come over to Discord and we'll send it to you there. I'm gonna go comment the link also on Twitter. This live stream I'm gonna put in the comment section. Very strange. I'm not sure why it would say that. But yeah.
Right. Next.
Shouldn't overall this is more on reputation. Shouldn't overall rep level be taken into account? I'm overall level 95 and I have a 7% tax because I've never done quest. So no, this is actually a big meta change to reputation, right? Like we actually want to incentivize non-optimal play or things that are not as easy to bot in reputation, and just overall level is actually kind of easy to bot, right? So with reputation, we need to start to pull in other things that are not as easy to fake, basically, to give you more trust inside of the game. So that is a reason to start to go to events and do quests and do other things like that, right? Especially the limited time events are really good ones for us to give out reputation for, or because we've sunset some of the old quests, right?
I'm just wondering.
If you've watched my previous video about the October 2nd AMA, you might remember that I suggested rewarding reputation to players who participated in limited events. Whether or not Luke took notice of my suggestion, I still feel really good about it. This is definitely a step in the right direction toward fostering a more active and organic player base in Pixels. By incentivizing real player engagement with reputation rewards, it not only motivates people to stay involved, but also helps create a more authentic gaming environment. Hopefully, this move will drastically shrink the range of potential loopholes that bots can exploit, reducing their impact on the game. If this system is implemented properly, It could mark a significant shift towards maintaining fairness and encouraging long-term player participation.
We've done like a good amount of like bot removal on old users.
Sounds good to me.
Like those are things that we can start to give out reputation for also, right? So again, when we talk about reputation, there's like the old player experience and the new player experience. How we start to give out reputation to new players is going to have to change a little bit, and that's what the team is thinking about a lot right now. I will say we have a new first-time user experience coming. Hopefully that can go live on the 15th with everything else too. But that will be basically like all these new tutorial quests. So that's a good example of new things to do to give out reputation for. And then we want to make it easier to like not even have to earn reputation for some people too. One of the things that we haven't looked at yet, but we might start to eventually, is like, have you played games on Ronin, right? Like if you played Axie, we can give you more reputation. If you own an Axie, we can give you more reputation. The first step that we did with that was we started giving you reputation if you own integrated avatars. That's a pretty cool feature, right? Like if you own like a Pixel Cat, or if you own a Lazy Lion, this kind of stuff, we're starting to build your reputation inside of our ecosystem. So reputation has like two things, right? Maybe three things actually. Reputation, we want to look at basically all of the stuff that you've done on chain. We want to look at like the way that you play Pixels, and we want to look at like basically quests and other achievements that you've had in Pixels too. So the quests and achievements, those will be really clear on how you start to like increase reputation. Like there will be pretty clear action items there. There also will be some hidden stuff in reputation also, right? So there's some data science stuff that we're finally moving on, which is really cool. And I think it's going to be one of Pixel's biggest competitive advantages when we have this all in. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff that we're going to start to slowly roll out, slowly introduce more. The goal with reputation is that it shouldn't be a friction point. Like if you are playing Pixels regularly, like the goal is that you should have good reputation. If you are a new user with like no on-chain history and all you've done is level an account, your reputation probably won't be as good, if I'm being like honest and frank, right? Because there's a certain level of trust that we have to give you. So
yeah, well, that
if you
makes
have
perfect
bad
sense.
reputation, what that's going to mean to you is that you're going to have to pay more taxes in the marketplace. You know, you might not be as eligible for certain rewards, all of this stuff.
I've been wondering just how much they should consider taxing Grain Bro, the top player in Pixels, who, interestingly enough, has never participated in any of the events.
Oh, yeah.
It's a curious situation, and I can't help but think about how the game's economy could be affected by players like him, who dominate the leaderboard without engaging in community events.
Wow.
Should there be some kind of tax or penalty for not participating, or maybe a system that rewards more active involvement in events? I'm just genuinely curious to see how the developers might approach balancing this kind of situation, where someone is at the top of the game but doesn't contribute to the event-driven dynamics of the community. It raises an interesting question about how best to encourage player participation while keeping things fair.
I hope rep for unlimited trading can still.
Well, that was a bit of a surprise. That was a bit of a surprise. Well said, Art Dice. Well said. I love it. I love it. Imagine bringing up Grain Bro out of the blue like that.
Be changed. 3K rep to have unlimited trading is just way too much. And please don't listen to industries and NFT lands, as what was said earlier.
Yeah, so yeah, good night. I'm going to my bed and as soon as this is finished, I'm away anyway.
Again, is like if you have unlimited trading now.
Sorry, yeah, just for, yeah, but yeah, good night. I'm going away soon anyway. Once I finish this.
And you're a good player inside of Pixels. Like there were a few people on that reputation rollout, you were missing some of the reputation that you were supposed to have. Like you were supposed to be getting some reputation from previous quests that you did. We also like just had a bug where like, you know, almost 1,000 reputation points and some people were missing too. They weren't able to do unlimited trading, and they were before. The goal is we want almost every player who was able to do unlimited trading before to still be able to do that. But there will be a certain subset of users who haven't done some of the stuff that will not have it now. And those are more of the suspicious accounts, if I'm being completely honest anyways. Again, this is not supposed to be targeted at like the real and loyal players. This is more supposed to be targeted towards players who have been spinning up a lot of multi-accounts and maybe they haven't done all this stuff on their multi-account, right? Did it hit your head now that staking is crucial in all tokenomics? LOL. So I've had like actually like pretty counter opinions on staking for a long time. I have personally never liked staking for APR. And Pixels won't ever introduce staking for APR either. To me, that's just kind of kicking the can down the road. Basically, what you're saying is if you're introducing a staking system to get where you have to stake tokens to get more of a native token, is you're saying I don't actually have utility or things that people want besides this token inside of the game. And that's not the right long-term approach. What Pixels is trying to do most of the time here is solve problems the right way, which is so much harder. What we like about staking and like how I think about staking is, this is probably the way that we're going to implement it, is you stake for on-chain items. So if you stake inside of our game, maybe if we start to introduce more items on chain, like we start to move apiaries and wineries on chain, that would be a good example of the kind of content that we want to give out to stakers, right? This only works when we have things that people actually want to be using inside of the game, or there's some demand for people to buy, right? Staking also can kind of be a trade-off of revenue in certain ways too, that we think it's probably more beneficial to have that as well. And there's other things when we start to introduce ecosystem where staking gets cool too, where it's like, okay, we know that we have some other stuff coming out. Like for example, if we have an NFT that we are going to be releasing with somebody coming into the Pixels ecosystem, that's a great opportunity to have a staking incentive as well, where it's like, okay, if you stake a certain amount of Pixel, then you get access to this, to like an NFT whitelist or something of value inside of the game. Ideal situation is we have more items on chain, and then we start to basically give out on-chain items for staking. So the goal of staking is staking it attracts different types of people, right? Like what we want to start to do is we want to start to engage people who have the token who don't necessarily play the game in the same way that a normal player would play, right? There's different types of staking that are involved. And like the mindset here is basically like, there's people who are kind of like on the sideline of Pixels. They like what we're doing, but they don't have the same time to play as a normal player, right? Can we start to create an incentive for them to actually put their tokens to work a little bit, but not with increasing emissions inside of the ecosystem, right? So is there other things that we can give them or other incentives that we can put for staking that would make people want to stake? And for us, what that means is chase content is a great one. But in order for chase content
to the actual gameplay, essentially, you're just increasing the token emissions without creating new value, which can hurt the game's long-term sustainability. While staking can be a great mechanic, it needs to be integrated thoughtfully so that it enhances the game. If they can find a way to offer staking rewards that tie into gameplay progression or item acquisition without overloading the system with emissions, it could be a solid feature.
This would not be a land mint if we do a mint also, just FYI. Yeah, I can't talk about this too much, but there's some cool stuff coming. And I wouldn't plan on that until like December, to be honest, anyways. So that's kind of the intention of staking then.
Luke, you've said too many timelines today. We need to go back to
Yeah, I mean, these are not take like some of these rough timelines like super seriously. The timelines that you should take seriously.
It's getting to that time of night where I don't think there's going to be any update.
We gotta get an update out on October 15th.
Where we are this morning.
October 15th or 16th. And then the regular updates for Chapter 2.5 afterwards. The team needs to commit to bi-weekly updates, the bare minimum to get new content out and new changes. That is the commitment that we're making here. That is strong. We have to get that update out October 15th. We have to start getting like regular 2-week updates that actually move the needle every 2 weeks.
So World 1.
That's what we haven't done in a little bit, right? Chapter 2, we haven't been releasing as often as we had been before, and that's the team's priority. Basically, get the game into a spot where game economy is healthy. That way we can actually start like releasing the fun stuff.
Right now, go join. We just launched it, literally at the, like right when this AMA started. So yeah, you can go play. Like Luke said, there's no rewards yet. We're kind of just this is like an early access kind of vibe check with the game. And yeah, with that, okay, so we have a few minutes left. I do have one thing I want to say, but do you have anything else, Luke?
Yeah, one more.
Adding variety to the VIP offerings would increase its appeal and provide greater incentives for players to subscribe. ultimately enhancing both player satisfaction and long-term retention.
Rep for Barney's Bazaar will go live with the reputation update. Appreciate the patience there. Will you keep your reputation from chapter 1 and chapter 2, or will something be taken away from us? So most people, like 90% of people at least, should have their reputation increased. There might be a few edge cases where some reputation decreases, but again, if you have a good reputation right now, like most people saw theirs bump significantly, some people saw it go down. If you saw it go down, there was probably a pretty good chance that that was the bug that we're talking about, where a lot of people actually were supposed to have significantly more reputation and we showed them in that update yesterday, so I wouldn't worry too much.
All right. Anything else you wanted to go through?
Right, all right. I need to go play with my child.
Give additional rep on the max specs because we deserve it. We spent pixels on that. It's not a bad idea, to be honest. That I will say that is the kind of action.
Pretty cheap, though.
Obviously,
Yeah,
when I started my stream tonight, there was a little bit of me hoping that there was going to be like an update. I thought I'd probably get cut off. Like when it said game is shutting down, it's an update. I'm expecting it to be at least a couple of hours, and that's when I would have finished my stream. So I'll just be finishing up after I see what else Art Diced has got to say, and then I'll call it a night. I'll still be playing Pixels for the next however many hours, but there's no point live streaming if all there is to do. I'll just be grinding planks. That's all I'll be doing all night. Planks. Trying to get my... Sorry, I should have had my camera on. Yeah, all I'll be doing is just grinding planks all night long. Trying to get it as close to level 80 as I can. Where am I? Level 77 and 5/6. Yeah, so I'm never going to get to 80 before like any update tomorrow, but I'll still be doing it nonetheless. Planks, and then just selling them on the marketplace. See how it goes.
Probably should be giving reputation for. I'm not going to commit to it on an AMA without thinking about it, but like that is the general stuff.
I'll go and get all my planks now and just stick them
so I will take that to the team. That is probably a good one to do.
Yeah, someone else said like getting UGC approved, which I like the idea.
Oops, basically.
But I just know UGC is gonna be spammed if we do that. So we'll think about it.
It's almost certain that the system would get spammed if gaining reputation only required UGC approval.
Yeah.
That said, I believe instead of just approval, minting UGC should come with a reward of reputation points. Since players are required to spend a minimum of 100 pixels to mint 100 pieces of content, there should be some recognition for that level of commitment.
Yeah.
Not only does this incentivize creativity and player-driven contributions, but it also helps maintain a sense of value within the game's economy. If reputation points were tied to minting, it would discourage spam while encouraging higher quality content, as players would be more thoughtful about what they create. This could also lead to a more vibrant marketplace for UGC, where players feel rewarded for their time and effort, making it a more meaningful aspect of the game.
About it.
When we give lands for the Barney's Bazaar event, we'll get that done by end of week. Apologies for the wait on that. I think that's my fault. I'm the only one with the multi-sig access there, or not the only one. There's more people there, but I'm the one that like leads the transactions there.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna. Sorry, go on.
Yeah. And this is a good one too. There should be more than VIP needed for just the best tax bracket. Yes, that's where it's going to be going in the long run. What we already promised is a certain tax bracket for the VIP people that purchased it now. Now, future purchases of VIP, that will not be guaranteed. Like the future baseline tax is going to stay up for everybody, including VIP. So it'll be a combination of VIP and the other reputation in the future. And when I say future, I mean like if you buy VIP next week, we're probably gonna start that, right? So the people who have VIP now, you guys will stay locked into that tax rate that we promised and wrote down. But future VIPs will probably have a higher tax rate. Oh, and this is a good one too. When Guild Crop Wars S2. So Guild Crop Wars, that's getting like a whole redesign, which is cool. It's going to be ongoing, and it's going to be season based, and it's going to be a lot less intensive. Essentially, how it's going to work is how it's going to work is it'll be open for like a couple hours a day tops when we do it, maybe even only like a couple times a week, a couple hours a day, and we're gonna add up your scores over like the course of a long time. And yeah, Jinzo, there's so many good questions about this. I'm sorry if I'm going a little bit longer, but I think this is important to bring up. VIP for best. Yeah.
God, I'm not
I
selling
agree
my
with Lou.
planks at these
VIP for only best
prices
tax
yet.
bracket does sound more like it's about maximizing revenues. No, that's not really what it is. So VIP will not guarantee best tax bracket in the future, but if you already purchased VIP, we don't want to go back on that promise of the low tax bracket like we already said.
Right, wait a minute, I'm trying to concentrate. So the quantity is coming down.
So we kind of have to stick to the promise if you've already purchased it. Future purchases of VIP, the tax bracket will go up. Basically, the VIP will add reputation. There might be like a couple other perks there too, and the reputation will be what determines tax bracket.
Just to clarify and repeat what Luke mentioned, as I know some people are having a bit of trouble grasping the details. If you've already purchased VIP, your tax will stay at 1%, so nothing changes for existing VIP members. However, for any future VIP purchases, the tax rate will be variable and will depend on several different factors, as explained earlier in this AMA. These factors weren't fully laid out in this part, but if you missed the earlier discussion, I recommend going back to review it for a clearer understanding. If you still have any questions or feel confused about how this works, don't hesitate to drop your queries in the comments below. I'll do my best to respond and explain further as soon as possible. Let's make sure everyone's on the same page before making any big decisions regarding VIP purchases.
Okay. All right. Okay, yeah. So okay, I have one other thing, but I have to like read it because I had to write it out because it's in Spanish. Okay, so give me a second. So, para nuestros jugadores españoles, si vives en Buenos Aires, haremos una fiesta la próxima semana. Envía un mensaje a Hontao de Moku en Twitter.
Whatever. Well, I'm pausing. Yeah. We don't need to hear all that. I remember that. I actually watched that. Don't need to hear all that again. Right, I'm going to call it a night. I know most people are sort of in their beds anyway, or they're just waking up, whatever. Doesn't look like there's any update. I'm in a bit of a pickle with these. I'm in a pickle with these planks because I want to sell all these planks, but I'm not selling them at the price that they're at yet. I want to sell them at floor price so I can sell them quickly, but not the floor price right now. I think it is hopefully going to. The quantity is coming down. Hopefully that'll creep up a little bit. So I bought my daughter this little, like, she's 3 years old, and I got one of those pretend wooden kitchen things for Smith's Toys. So I've got to finish building it so she can play with her pretend cooker and stuff. So she just woke up about half an hour ago. It'll be a good time to finish up. For anyone that did watch, has been watching, ever watches, thank you very much. Let me find my window, say good night. I'm going to love you and leave you, okay? Right, good night, bye-bye.